started.
Look at this nigga.
I like
Perfect plan.
Nickelback, but sadly most of the world doesn't agree, so I think you should turn that off. Yeah. I don't care when people hate Nickelback. I think they're okay.
I'm just what
That was Nickelback. That was a try hard.
Niggleback.
And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I have Devin Townsend Project playing in my fucking headphones and go fuck.
Yeah, that's cool. I have a new pair of headphones as well, dude. Wow.
Holy.
Yeah, Nickelback has like a few songs I can listen to on occasion, but I don't like their general thing they do.
Boring. Fucking boring. The structure is too easy. Like it's too.
They're like
too
trying.
simple.
They're like trying to sound like Elvis rock, except mixed with like modern hard rock. It just fucking does not. It does not work out for me.
No.
So
Yes, we can, Chris. I think.
Chris Senpai, we can hear you. I think.
Okay. Can you?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Just double
All right,
check.
you want to get started on?
I've been acting all
Yeah.
sorry these past couple weeks, so I'm always nervous when I'm in a voice call.
What's the
Can you
first
guys hear
topic?
me okay? Am I loud? Am I quiet? Am I good?
It's
You're
good.
doing well.
Good.
All right.
So, what's this about positivism?
Okay, guys. So my name's DT Luna _ on Twitter. So I just want to talk about a little bit about positivism because like this just dawned on me like last year, like at the end, like the whole shtick. Like, so when I was a liberal socialist, like in when was that? Like early 2016, like I was a total positivist, like there's only empirical reality, we don't need to take into consideration any like feelings, actions, whatever. This is all bullshit, we can't falsify that, so it's all BS. So that breeds a mechanistical like picture of the world. Like you think of the world as like a mechanism of society as well, like so if it's just a mechanism, you know what we should do, guys? We should just regulate it, like just make it efficient and shit. So that's socialism for you. But really, logical positivism, what I call it, what I call it, like many people, like, even Mises, like in Human Action, he addresses that. It's just killing social sciences, let's say that. Like economics, sociology, even linguistics. Like my friend, she's studying like linguistics, and I'm like, yo, you guys just ignore meaning? And she's like, yeah. What the fuck? But yeah, and as you can see, by the way, this just creeps not only like into science, but also into like legal space, like legal positivism. Like, where do rights come from? Oh, from the government. Like Esso just made a video today about that, like about Sargon being like, rights come from the government. Legal positivism, just bam, right there, boy. So I just want to say positivism is cancer. It's killing the Western civilization, guys. We need to restore methodological dualism.
Ask him this. If rights come from the government, then why does the U.S. Constitution try to limit the government?
Excuse me?
I said, if he says that our rights come from the government, then by that logic, why does the U.S. Constitution try its best to limit government?
Yeah. Like Esso made a very good video, like a good point. Like if you have positive law,
that's the
like
problem there.
like where do rights come from? Like, and how can you like?
It's an internal.
We talking about the Sargon's liberalist?
It's an internal paradox in their reasoning. God damn
Not
it!
only Sargon. It's not Sargon. Like it's not just him. It's like almost everything like around you.
Yeah, Sargon's liberalist bowel movement. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not really about him.
what I was gonna say. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, what I was gonna say is that that's the inherent problem with legal positivism, is that it proposes an internal paradox. If rights are something which you can only be, they can only be given to you, then rights don't exist, because the concept of a right necessarily implies that there has to be some sort of objective standard, and in order to believe that rights are given to you by the government, then that would imply that there's no objective standard for your belief in rights, but the very concept of a right implies objectivity.
Yep, exactly. And it's like
It is a
an
performative
priori
contradiction in their reasoning.
So basically, what we need, guys, we need to promote a prioristic view on social sciences and like human action and stuff. Like, there's just like when I was listening to human action in like July, I fucking got like, well, blown away. Let's say that.
I'm in the middle of recording a video on these liberalist guys.
You don't need to
And-
promote it. You just need to talk about it.
I'm just mentioning it. But I was just saying there, you know, at this point, this is dead horse need more bruises. Just about everyone on the internet can see exactly how moronic these people are.
Oh yeah.
The new Atheism Plus movement.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not even trying to look at them. Like, I don't want to even watch their videos. I'm like, yo, no, I don't want the cancer. Thank you.
Yeah, I only look at the re-uploads so I can get the footage.
Well, I just looked on their website and I was already like, yeah.
Wait, they have a website?
Yeah,
Yep.
I just ignore
Liberalist
it.
Society something.
Everyone has a website. these
Liberalist.org.
days.
Yes,
Yeah.
they actually do have a website, and on the principals page, they're so paradoxical that
Hold
I
on,
remember.
hold on. Let me pull this up. What's the web address?
Let me see.
Liberalists.org.
Yeah.
Oh, and going to the FAQ page, you're going to see some cancer.
I can't believe that
That's
domain
so
was
dropped.
Oh god.
Well, he
That's
did say his internet.
I type that in, and the first thing I see is a giant Liberty Prime. I'm very scared.
Why are you guys so focused on
How
them?
can
Like,
you have
so
it?
obsessed.
This is the,
Wait, what now?
let me screen share. This is cancer. This is the FAQ. How can you have a collective of individualists?
I told you it's
Individualists.
cancer. We're gonna die. We're all gonna die now.
Let me see.
Yeah,
the
we're
design.
gonna die now. Individualist does not mean individual. Individualism refers to the principle of primacy of the individual in society rather than the primacy of the group, according to Synod English. Blah, blah, blah. A doctrine that the interests of are or ought to be ethically paramount. The idea of the freedom. The idea of the freedom of thought and action of each person is the most important quality of society rather than a shared effort and responsibility. A social theory advocating liberty, rights, and independence of the action of the individual.
Right.
And that's the entire FAQ.
Yep.
Well,
the
it's just
entire-
right.
FAQ.
I hope they don't add more to it.
Yeah, because that's all you have to ask. How can you have a collective of individuals? Like, you know, our little group here, I would hardly call it a collective. We're just a bunch of idiots who happen to agree talking to each other.
Idiots are debatable, but all right.
They have nothing uploaded on their blog. Let's check out the principals page.
Oh, it's cancerous too.
Yeah, it's bad. I've
This
seen-
Yeah,
statement
dude.
of-
You can screen
The
share.
first
You gotta
line,
screen
one
share
of the
how-
very first lines is just paradoxical. They say that no groups are to have rights, and then they follow it up with this: that each person's right must remain sacrosanct.
You
Hey,
know
Marianne,
where this
Can you
comes
do me a
from?
favor?
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and throw the link down in the description for me? That way our viewers can see it.
Oh, in the YouTube chat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me the power, and I'll dukes it for you.
Oh, please screen share this. Okay, I gotta see this.
Yeah, I'm screen sharing it. I'm just for people who may not be able to see it now, might want to look at it later. This
Liberalist.
statement,
So let me give a little bit of commentary. So this one, this stupid, like paradoxical understanding of rights comes from positivism.
this
Where it comes
statement of
from.
principles is a list of the values that liberalists hold as ideals. We also recognize that we live in a real world, and there's no set of principles that can ever be fully realized by
That
promoting
means you
this
have no
worldwide
principles.
view.
We live in the real world. Well, then why are you advocating this weird fantasy ideal?
We'll produce a demonstrably better society than the current alternatives.
Bullshit.
Individual rights. Protecting the rights of the individual must be the highest value of society, to foster mutual tolerance and respect towards the cultivation of the dignity of every person. Democracy. Constitutional
Oh my God.
democracy is the best way for a free citizenry to maintain
You
a
lost
state
it. You lost me. You lost me the moment you said democracy, because the truth is, we've been indoctrinated to support in democracy over and over again. But the truth is, democracy is the most anti-individualistic ideal out there.
Yeah, it's tyranny of the
Almost.
majority.
Nazi Germany never happened. Shut up.
Yeah,
I
Hitler
live in
didn't
a
get
more
elected chancellor. What are you
anti-individual
talking
society than you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Economic freedom. Property rights that begin with personal self-ownership and private property creates the most productive societies.
Why?
Again, then why are you advocating for things like democracy?
Yeah, because that can shift and change at any moment with depending
That's the problem. I agree with some of these points, but then they say another point that completely contradicts another point. Because in a democracy, you can't have true individualism, because then people will say, "Oh, you can't have that. You can't have that because the people voted on it."
Well, mind-body dualism. Don't forget about that.
That's true.
I'm making a dumb joke.
Anyway, let me just plug in. This shit, like with just arbitrary principles, comes from positivism again, because they have no foundation. They don't believe that there's any like unfalsifiable truth about the world.
Yeah. This isn't like based on any principles or like logical basis. It's just these things sound nice.
Yes.
It's the same.
Exactly.
It's the same principle as socialism. It's. I like how this sounds. Write it down.
Yes, socialism comes from positivism. The creator of positivism was a socialist.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of expression is a necessary and fundamental pillar of a free society.
Unless it criticizes our ideals.
Self-reliance. People possess agency and should possess agency and should not be treated as such, because treating people like victims becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Why we support
Good, but again, why are you supporting socialism if you're having these ideals?
Blind justice. Each individual should be governed by the same laws as their peers without arbitrary discrimination, and be presumed innocent until proven guilty by a fair trial.
That violates private
property. It reminds me of like what Shane Killian said, like with does Sargon like live in reality? Does he? He's just like we have the same exact thing that he's advocating for right here today, or really close to this, with Hillary Clinton and all that. What makes you think that democracy is going to cut it? We've seen through history with like dozens upon dozens of countries, like at least like 20 countries that were based off of democracy have fallen to tyranny. What makes you think that democracy is this all moving force that stops tyranny? Magical fairy dust? Anyone can go in. What the fuck?
So really, when you think about it, what Sargon is advocating for here, since this is basically the principles 101 of the Constitution, contradictions and all, what he's saying is, kick up your feet, America, you did
it. Yeah, basically no difference. Like, the thing is that, like, it reminds me, think of this as like a business thing, that like, or whatever, like, what, like, like democracy. What it shows me.
Let me finish off the list, and then we'll get into the overall opinions of all the principles.
Fine, go on ahead.
Secularism. Everybody is free to practice their religion or not, as long as it does not interfere with the rights of others. I honestly thought that would be bigger. All right, that's all this cancer I'm reading.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So basically, you know how like companies like say like in the bottom or in the fine print that this could all be subject to change in the future or loopholes. Like that's like what democracy is saying right there. This could all be changed subject in the future, depending on if the mob agrees one way or another. That's what that's what it basically says to me. And don't give me that Constitution crap. Like no one give me any crap about the Constitution. As George W. Bush said it himself. It's just a goddamn piece of paper.
Oof.
It is.
I mean that in an opposite context. He's not wrong about that. Even though I don't like him, he's not wrong.
I always knew that in my country. Always. Like, you Americans, you may be like, when you become ANCAPs, you become disillusioned probably. We Belarusians never become disillusioned because we know we live in a dictatorship.
You're
The
from
Constitution
Venezuela?
doesn't fucking work. Excuse me?
I don't think we've met. You're from Venezuela?
No, Belarus.
Belarus. Sorry, I misheard you.
Isn't Belarus currently ruled by a dictator?
Yeah, it's a dictator.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, technically,
Constitution
he's
doesn't
not
work.
a dictator, but
He is.
well, I
He
mean,
is.
technically, as in he's democratically elected, but that's because
Rigged
he's pretty much
elections.
he's pretty much rigged the entire system where he's going to stay a leader until 2036.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind
Until
of
he
like
dies.
what Hugo Chavez did. You know, I mean, everyone said, but Hugo Chavez
Good
wasn't a
president.
dictator because he was democratically elected, completely ignoring that Venezuela's elections are rigged so only the Socialist Party can win.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much.
another thing where they over. Like there you go, another couple of countries that have fallen apart. Democracy didn't protect them.
Yeah.
Yes. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
So,
In all honesty, this whole democracy debate kind of reminds me of something I told a person in Russia one time. You know, a person who criticized Russia said the problem, like we were talking about gay rights, and they say the problem with Russia is that we need democracy, and I'm like, buddy, if we had democracy in Russia, there would not be a single gay person in Russia. They'd all be dead. And they're like, why do you say that? It's like, because they did a poll, and 70% of Russians believe that homosexuality should be a crime punishable, so that should be severely punished.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's why I don't like the Russian Libertarian Party. They go into politics. I'm like, you fucking retards. What are you doing? Like, that's not what you do.
yeah,
Fucking morons. That's why I'm anti-politics. I'm like, no, fuck this shit.
yeah.
It's cancer. We should kill it. As ANCAPs, we hate it.
Yeah.
well, in slightly more depressing news, House of Cards has been canceled.
Oh, why? Too anti-state. Yeah.
No, Kevin Spacey, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
I'm gay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gay. It's like,
pulled an eye-dubs to get out of the suit.
Oh, whoopity-doo, you're gay. It's still wrong. It's still wrong to rape people.
He pulled an eye-dubs to get out of the suit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't like that you guys just, like, I talked about positivism and you were like, oh my god, Sargon. Do you guys think of anything except Sargon? I don't think about him at all anymore.
Well, the problem is that people listen to Sargon, so...
We should just promote a better message, really. Just
See,
provide
the
a
problem is-
clear... Let me finish first.
Okay. Yeah,
Provide a
sorry.
clear, a prioristic rights theory, scientific theory for social sciences, and like we should justify methodological dualism. Like, just read Mises, guys. Yo, that's all I want to say.
Okay. The problem is Sargon. He basically, how do I phrase this? He got in to this whole thing solely on an anti-social justice platform, right?
Yep.
And he did it incredibly well to the point where people respected him and thought that this guy, it gave him a degree of credentials. It gave him credit. Now, he then used that credit to write on socialism and this new liberalist crap. Now, his fans are thinking, well, he was right before, maybe this can work out. That's my working theory for why this is...
Just like me and Esso, like we both were converted to like liberalism, like left liberalism by Sargon, and from him I like eventually came to Rubin Report, and then I came to libertarianism and ANCAP and stuff like that. So yeah, he played a role, and I'm grateful. But now he's just like he lost credibility to me of like I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
autumn 2016.
yeah,
already.
there's a lot of atheists out there that are really intelligent people. They're really smart, but then the moment you bring up government, it's like it's like they can't. It's like as Shane pointed out, they can't overcome the cult of the state.
Oh yeah, every religion is wrong.
I have a story about that.
Yeah.
The fucking Sam Harris. I used to listen to his podcast, but I get disgusted when the elections were running. He was shilling for Hillary like so hard, like every fucking podcast episode. I'm like, Sam, what the fuck?
It's weird. I did see something interesting that I completely forgot about until recently. I don't know why I'm remembering it. During election season, I think it was in November. Somebody released a video. It broke trending. I think it was #1. And they basically opened with, I don't know who I'm voting for in November 4th because I love both of these candidates so much.
Oh.
I proceeded to hello. I proceeded to throw myself out of the nearest building. But it blindsided me. I'll admit it.
Really, the reason I decided to bring this topic up because I have a lot of methodological disputes with mainstream economists on my social network and stuff.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the name of that dictator in Belarus again? I forgot his name.
Who? Oh, Alexander Lukashenko.
What?
Alexander Lukashenko.
Oh yeah.
Alexander Lukashenko?
No.
Yeah.
Alexander Lukashenko.
Lukashenko.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I will say this: the perfect example of the cult of the independent state is Russia and some of the Eastern European nations. Because I mean, seriously, there's people there who worship, Putin as if he's the greatest guy ever. It's like I asked them what do you like about Putin, and they're like, well, look how manly he is.
Oh yeah, the empire complex. In our country, nobody likes our leader. Nobody.
The Slavs. I don't want to step on your toes or offend anybody.
Fuck off, cunt.
They do have a history of creating a cult of personality around their leaders. The czars, Lenin,
it goes all the way back. It goes all the way back to the monarch era. With the you gotta support this guy because look at him, he's an Iron Man. You see, Americans like to have our politicians love to have what we call the just plain folks mentality, which is where, look, I'm just like one of you guys. I'm nothing special. Whereas people think that especially in Eastern Europe, think that their leaders need to be these big superhero-like men. They need to be strong.
Leaders.
They need to be able to Chris Evans a log in half if needed.
Yeah.
It's the Ivan the Terrible complex.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking of.
They also have that strange modification, I would say, of that addition of the respect to your elders attitude or whatever.
Yeah. That's actually a problem that plagues Japan.
Well, it's not that I agree. You should respect people who have been around longer than you or whatever and all that stuff, and have been through hell and all that stuff to get where they've gone through and all that stuff. You should be respectful of them, but you should not you should just not solely devote yourself to the point where you should not just give yourself away to them. You should expect respect on some sort of level for yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, going back, actually, that's a big problem that Japan faces.
Well, yeah, Russia. I have also come across that mentality of people from Russia and all that stuff as well because I've met them. And,
the mentality is that they've been around longer than you, so you respect them, and you're like, on what basis? Well, they've been around longer than you.
Yeah, they have a greater number.
Yeah, I can relate. Since I'm Belarusian, yes, I can say yes. Notice that every day almost, but I work as a programmer, so I don't give a fuck. But I really don't give a shit about that in my life. Really.
Yeah, going back to more historical examples, Trotsky was widely not accepted in Russia because he was seen as the weaker man, despite committing horrible, horrible war crimes. He was seen as the weaker man, and a lot of people thought that he couldn't properly quash out rebellion, so he wasn't seen as a good candidate for leader.
As a guy who studied history, you know, I mean, a lot of our teachers when we were studying communism like to portray Trotsky as a rationalist, and that communism in theory could have worked had Trotsky been in there. But the truth is, Trotsky was laughed out of Russia. He wasn't kicked out; he was laughed out.
Yeah, I don't want to downplay though. He was incredibly brutally savage and murdered millions of Russians.
Oh yeah, people who think
it's just that he wasn't as bad as Stalin.
Yeah, people who think that Trotsky is a good guy needs to look at the Polish-Soviet War.
The Winter War.
Indeed.
The Winter War happened under Stalin.
Also,
sorry.
He started the neocon movement.
Yeah.
Neocon's a Trotskyist.
Yeah.
Anyway, whenever I met these people, I'm not saying like all of them or whatever like this, but not all of them, but they just seem to have like this appeal to authority like type of mentality for some reason.
Yeah, argument of authority. You know, your elders say it, so therefore it must be like that. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I've met these people. They're like, they literally say this. Like, they literally say, "Don't question what I say," or like, I asked them for reasons why we should do this or whatever. I'm not saying I disagree with them, but whatever and all that stuff. And I just asked him, hey, like, what's the reasoning for you doing this or whatever? And he's like, don't question me, just do it.
Yeah.
They literally like say that shit to you. And I'm like, you know what? Nope, I'm done. You do the job then. That's what I literally said. I grabbed the thing and
I will say, you know, it's one thing that makes me lull about, you know, some of those Russian nationalists is, you know, they like to make fun of America for not handling ISIS and how we're always under terrorist attacks. And they're like, look at Russia. You know, Putin has taken great steps to bomb the living crap out of ISIS in Syria, and we're winning. And shortly after they show that airstrike, what happens? A couple of Islam guys attack a Russian police center.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
like what I said in 2013. Like, why the fuck are you going to Syria? Like, would you like?
And then it's pretty funny because then they justify by saying, yeah, but nobody got killed, you know, because the Russian police stopped them. And I'm like, that's not the point. The point is, it still occurred.
Let me tell you a little bit anecdote about my father. So he's completely like he's woke about like American foreign policy, like completely, but he's just blind and like a sheep, like completely about Russian foreign policy, like fucking like nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a funny thing with Russia. It's like you know, America. It's like America gets criticized all the time. Yet when Russia does something, it's either justified or it's like, oh well, it's obviously beyond our control. Like, I mean, a really good example is what happened in Ukraine. You know,
it's in the sphere of control.
As long as it isn't the West, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
now,
Ukraine is the biggest example of hypocrisy ever, because it's like everyone blames, you know, the Ukraine incident on the United States, and I'm like, where? And it's like, oh, because someone in the United States office had a phone call with the Ukrainian foreign ambassador, and then I find out, oh yeah, because it's the U.S. ambassador and that's their job, and they weren't saying we're going to support you; they were just saying what's going on. That's all it was.
Okay, just to change the subject for a brief second, because I did see this in the news earlier. Palestinian officials. You're gonna get a kick out of this. Palestinian officials vote to suspend recognition of Israel.
Whoa.
Like, really? Wow. Oof.
Yeah, it's like don't get me wrong, Israel has done some dickish things to the Palestinians, but you got to remember, it's one of those things where you kind of got to look at both sides of the story. The Israelis have been bullied by the Palestinians for centuries of years, and that's why I can't 100%. Even though I do agree, Israel needs to lighten up with its foreign policy. At the same time, I can't just support the Palestinians at face value, because there's too many Palestinians where if they had it their way, all the Jews would either be killed or kicked out of Israel.
Let me tell you one little thing. Let me just say. So my friend is Jew, and like he went to Israel and shit, and literally like what do you think? Israel should be in West Germany. It should have been in Western Germany. Like, yo. And right now, Israel is a military state. It's fascist. It's just literally fascist. And there is no, what's the word? Justification for what they do with Palestinians. Yeah, so, yo.
My point I was just trying to make was, all they're doing is Palestine saying we no longer recognize Israel. Like, oof, oh no, the country we've been bombing off and on again doesn't like us. Oh no. It seems like a
I will,
rather.
I will say this though, and
minuscule move.
I wish I could tell this to the Palestinians. That's not helping your cause. You know.
It sounds like a childish dick measuring contest, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like that's not helping your cause. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, yeah, what the Israelis have done to you is largely unacceptable, but you're not helping. You know.
It's
the equivalent of, like, let's say, you know, your big brother beats you up and then he gets grounded and then you walk up to your room and you go, or you got grounded. It's like, yeah, you're not helping. You're only giving him an incentive to beat you
a
up.
little worse than that. It's like,
Not really.
Israel is being abusive towards this particular country. Let's fire mortars and rockets indiscriminately into civilian areas. It's like, that's fucking worse.
Do you know why like the New York dude like wanted to blow himself up? Because Israelis had an airstrike.
It's like, you know, it kind of reminds me of this funny. It kind of reminds me of this funny thing I saw. I don't know if it was South Park, but it was basically where Israel and Palestine are trying to settle their differences. And, you know, they bring up all these Israeli war crimes and all that, and Israel says, "Okay, we'll stop bombing innocent civilians if you stop bombing innocent civilians in our country." And all the Palestinians go, "No, run.
I don't know about that. Okay. No comment.
I was just trying to bring up how like Palestine slated them in the most minuscule way possible, but okay.
Did you guys hear about a false missile warning in Hawaii?
Yes,
Who has it?
I've actually thought of making a video about it. I put a poll on Twitter. Right now it's I think 30%.
Yeah. I mean,
did you see that one Reddit thread where a guy admitted that he banged his sister because they both thought they were going to die in the next few minutes?
What the fuck?
Wow.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
In all honesty, you know, when we get so scared about North Korea, you know, in a way, we're basically stroking Kim Jong-un's ego. You know, it's like they think that we are mortally terrified of them, and if every time Kim Jong-un says we're building a bomb and we're going to launch it, and everyone goes, "Oh my god, we're all going to die," you're confirming what he believes in.
I mean, I've actually heard of some conspiracy theories. I like to dabble in some conspiracy theories every now and then. And
if you're about to say that conspiracy where people believe that it was an actual attack that failed and they tried to play it off like it was nothing to keep people calm.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that it was a false alarm. The U.S. government wanted to see how people would react, and I think, okay, that's a bit far. I don't think that would happen. I
honestly think that's actually what a lot of North Korean attacks are. It's like oh, we've got all these, you know, artillery and missiles, and we're going to launch you, but then the artillery pieces malfunction and they are wide off target. And when people,
you know why?
What it is that Kim Jong-un is trying to play the art of war. When you are weak, portray yourself as strong, and when you are strong, portray yourself as weak. That's what he's trying to do.
Himself.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is he thinks he's strong, so he's trying to portray himself as weak when he's actually weak.
Yes, and
he knows that he's weak. He knows it. He just does like his only like recourse to not get destroyed by and invaded by like United States.
But hey, you know how you settle this entire issue?
Look, like if he doesn't do this shit, like North Korea is gonna be Iraq.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Guys, listen to Scott Horton. He's great libertarian foreign policy expert, Scott Horton.
You know how you fix all these North Korean issues, though, guys?
How?
A red button measuring contest on Twitter.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Donald Trump isn't. We'll just say this: he's not very polite or politically correct. Eloquent, yes. I'd actually go as far that he's very authentic. He's very intelligent because here we are talking about him, and he's very outspoken. The thing is that
you don't need to be intelligent to be talked about on this stream. You know, I mean, Sargon was proof enough of that.
I mean,
yeah, he's pretty retarded.
When it comes to Sargon, I see him.
We're gonna start singing the "Put It Down" song.
What?
The thing is that when it comes to Sargon,
yeah.
When it comes to Sargon, I see him as intelligent because clearly he's very well spoken. The thing is that he's gone off the deep end. He's now become the monster. he's now become the monster that he fought so hard against. That's how I see him.
Well, you
That's
see,
tragic.
I think that's I don't agree with you. It's a lot like TYT, right? A lot of people say, well, TYT was okay in the early days, but they just got too radical, and I hopped off board. Or like, Bernie Sanders was okay, but after he lost the election, he got too SJW for me, and I hopped off board. No, they were like that the entire time. TYT was making videos advocating for riots back in 2010. Bernie Sanders was spewing SJW propaganda back then, and Sargon of Akkad was making responses to libertarian videos back then. They haven't changed at all. It's just slightly more obvious.
Yeah.
Well, they just moved further. They just added more chests.
I still don't get why people like Bernie Sanders.
Free stuff.
Free stuff, man. Come on.
And in all honesty, even if he did get elected, do you honestly think he would implement all that stuff he would promise?
He would try.
Yeah.
Chances
You
are
gotta
what would
give
happen.
him credit for that. He was a motivated man.
His initials are BS for a reason.
Yeah, he doesn't have the ball. Like, actually, this is ironic. But what Sargon said, basically, he just doesn't have the balls to do anything he does. Or whatever, for most of the things he does. I don't think he has the balls to do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the cojones, huh?
Yep.
Are we still talking about Bernie or Sargon?
Bernie.
Yes.
We're talking
I'll take
about
all of the
whatever comes
above.
to our mind.
There wasn't a third
Sargon
option.
Lost his balls too. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, you know what Hitler and Sargon of Akkad have in common?
What's that?
No left nut.
What? I don't get it.
Hitler had his left nut shot off in World War One.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So I was making a joke about Sargon not having any balls.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that'd be terrible. Okay, well, yeah.
2 words.
Hitler deserves it, but still.
I mean, he technically lost it because of
let's face it. People say Hitler deserves it. Well, this was World War One. This was before he became the radical Jew hater he is. I don't want to sound like Mel Gibson's dad, but the thing is, 90% of the things we say about Hitler technically weren't his fault. Actually, believe it or not. Fun fact, contrary to popular belief, the Holocaust was not Hitler's idea.
Yeah, that was Himmler, but still, he didn't do anything to stop it, and he was kind of supreme leader. He didn't come up with it.
Yeah,
he didn't come up with it, but he still okayed it.
Here's the thing. When it comes to
from what I've even read, Hitler was kind of disgusted about the idea of the Holocaust, and I've heard really the only reason why he went through with it was because it's kind of like, like what happened in South Park where he was, making all these, we're going to fuck the Jews to death, and then he got elected, and now he has to do it because he's got to follow through.
I'm going to play
He was right about that in Mein Kampf. No.
Whoa.
And when it comes to Hitler, there are things that he did right. I'm not saying that what he did is good. No, God, no. But
he built highways. He built highways. You can say that.
Yes.
Well,
that's stuff like that. I think he did right. I'm not condoning what he did.
What I try to tell people when I say things like that is I'm just trying to say that there's a lot more to Hitler than what people think he is. He wasn't this snarling, evil.
Exactly. It's the same way with Genghis Khan. I say this. Genghis Khan.
More to him than that.
Yeah, Genghis Khan
of capturing the world. That's for sure.
I mean, here's the thing. Genghis Khan, great military leader, horrible person. That's what I try to say.
I mean, there is an argument that Genghis Khan did want to peacefully expand and often took cities without bloodshed, often just resorting to it when they, resisted.
Yes, and that's why.
Yeah, but the reason why they did it non-resistantly is because Genghis Khan would show people, like the dead bodies of his previous conquered victims, and he'd show them all mutilated, and he says, "This is what's going to happen if you resist."
Well, yeah, it's like what he did to Ikafa. Yeah, Ikafa. He sent him a whole bunch of silver to try and bribe him and take a city. He took the silver anyway, and then killed his merchants and denied the offer. So Genghis Khan nailed him to a board and poured molten silver into his eyes and ears.
You bought it out for there, dude.
God.
What?
You bought it out.
Oh, sorry. Let me repeat. he nailed the guy to a board after he stole the money and didn't take the deal. He nailed the guy to a board and poured molten silver into his eyes and ears.
That sounds awesome.
From what I heard, I thought he said that you will drink molten gold or silver. That he poured it into his mouth. That's what I heard.
Let me just get you back to Hitler for a sec.
According to my source, it was in the eyes and ears, but it's actually the inspiration to that one Game of Thrones scene.
Where they all sit around and flop their wieners.
No, that one scene where the guy who now plays Aquaman pours the gold onto that one dude's head and it cools and solidifies over his face.
Jesus. Yeah, to me, again, this is why I say Genghis Khan, great military leader, horrible person.
Oh yeah, a common means of torture was tying a limb each limb to a different horse and riding in 4 different directions.
Drawing and
That
quartering.
sounds awesome. That sounds very intriguing. It sounds very awesome for the person who experienced it.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, drawn and quartering. But it's actually very efficient, and you can reuse all the materials afterwards.
I mean,
when the materials are split in half.
I mean like the rope and the horses.
Oh, yeah.
You can just queue up a bunch of people
the other
and have them
materials
all
are
watch.
basically for don't screw with my horses.
Yeah.
Again.
Don't screw with ponies, motherfucker.
He knew how to demoralize an army.
If My Little Pony was honest.
Oh no.
Bitch, I'll fuck Luna.
My little
If
pony,
my little
I
pony-
conquer Asia.
Yeah.
The only nation that he couldn't conquer was Japan, and that was because they had the tides. Because it was because of the ocean. Had
Because
Japan
he was a
been
horseback civilization.
Mm-hmm.
He avoided
He
cold.
also wasn't able to, there's one of the biggest misconceptions about Genghis Khan that a lot of people believe in is that he was never defeated in battle when he actually was.
He was, but he kind of pulled a Caesar and buried the lead on that.
Yeah.
Hey.
He made his defeats look like Pyrrhic
My
victories.
dog just made the weirdest sound.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of I guess the way you could put it's kind of like the Battle of Verdun where the guy who proposed it, where the guy who proposed it said, we're going to destroy the French, and we're going to break through and onward to Paris. And when that failed, they asked, why did your plan fail? He said, well, because that wasn't my plan. My plan was to bleed out the French, not actually defeat them.
It's kind of like revisionist versions of the Alamo,
Yeah.
A lot of people think, oh yeah, they were just holed up there to delay the Mexican army. No, they thought those 300 men could stop the Mexican army.
Oh yeah.
It didn't work out, but it did buy them the essential time they needed to prepare.
Same thing with Custer's last stand. A lot of people think that Custer was ambushed, but no, he willingly charged. Went into an area where his scouts had confirmed there were thousands of Indian warriors, and he only had like 500. He only had like 500 men, and he still went through with the plan.
Yeah, he
Custer was
charged into a village
boring.
at first, thinking there were hundreds, when there was actually like 3 villages worth of people in there.
Yeah. Yeah, there was actually a famous Indian historian, and they asked him, how did your people defeat Custer? And he said, we didn't defeat Custer. Custer defeated himself.
How did you US Al Qaeda? Anyway, let me get back to Hitler real quick. So he literally said, like when he gave his like speeches and shit, he said, if the United States attacks us, we're fucking killing Jews. Like, you guys take them. We're not killing them. Just take them. We don't need them here. But basically, FDR, because he got into war, he wanted to start a war with like Germany, but they didn't take the bait. So what he did is did everything he could so the Japanese would attack them at Pearl Harbor. But the thing is, it's just a formal declaration of war. The United States did acts of war long before the 7th of December, long before, even 1940, I think.
Actually, a lot of historians have actually said there's actually an easy way Japan could have conquered their country without getting the U.S. involved. You know what that was? just attack Papua New Guinea, you know, and people have said, but Japan, and people have justified that by saying, but Japan had to do that because the U.S. threatened war if they invaded. And one guy flat out pointed, do you really think the United States would have gone through with that? I mean, the anti-war movement was still really strong in America in 1941. Do you really think, you know, Japan would, you know, America would follow through?
Hold on, I apologize.
Yeah,
when they in the comments just said this. Sir Conservatarian, I agree with your description of Genghis Khan. Stay sexy, YouTubing Jaguar. Stay sexy. Continue.
So about FDR, real quick. So in 40, when he was running for president, he was running on an anti-war platform. He was like, no, we're neutral, no shit. The thing is, he did everything he could to provoke the Japanese, like the blockade and shit, like the embargo. It's an act of war, guys. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, they torpedoed. Oh no, I'm sorry. They dropped depth charges on German submarines, but Hitler gave an order to the Japanese subs not to open fire at American vessels, although fire at British vessels. But yeah,
you know, now that we're talking about like Hitler foreign relations, when you get into like Mein Kampf, it's weird.
You know, it's a funny thing. I actually tricked two feminists at my school to look up Mein Kampf, and I told them Mein Kampf is a great book. You should read it. It talks about the benefits of socialism and talks about how these ideas are great because these two people are socialists. So when they look it up, and they see it's from Hitler, they were pissed at me.
Yeah.
Nice.
There actually was a guy that did that one time at an Antifa rally. He said all these, you know, pro-socialist quotes and all that, but little did these people know these were quotes that Hitler actually spoke during several of his speeches.
But Strasse.
No, but like Hitler, like Mein Kampf, when you look at like the racial politics in it, it's weird, man. Like
racial apologism, that's what it's called.
Like, he had plans to forgive the British and the French. He wanted to wipe out the Italians and the Arabs.
He wanted to wipe out the Italians. Yeah. I wonder why. Maybe it's that thing because they completely betrayed the Central Powers in World War One.
Well, he also wanted, well, no, he didn't care about that seemingly because he was fine with forgiving the French and the British. It's because they were quote unquote Southern Aryans, aka Latins.
Exactly.
That's what he had a problem with. He wanted to wipe out the Saudi Arabians. He wanted to literally make Japanese people Aryan.
Yeah.
He was going to improve relations with Japan further, and then literally send them women to white up their country.
Oh, Zach, you know,
it's just like
this guy was nuts.
Because he likes their militaristic attitude, but not
their squinty eyes.
But not the slant eyes, yeah.
Yeah,
weird, man.
Yeah, he
also planned to betray the Russians as well as soon as he got the chance, and he did betray them.
Yeah, he wanted to betray the Russians, and he did. He wanted to use the land of Russia, like all that extra land, not for farming, but for increasing population.
Living space.
It was
he wanted the industrial area as well.
Yeah, he wanted the equivalent to national legroom. He wanted the equivalent of Middle America.
But really, if not for Britain and especially Churchill and like that motherfucker, who's the leader of France?
De Gaulle was the leader of the forces. I forgot who the French president was.
Whatever.
De Gaulle was leader of the Free French, but
okay. Yeah. Anyway, so
Senior white flag.
Okay. Anyway, if not for Churchill, like standing for like, it just goes like very like far. Like Churchill, that's his fault. Like then we can say like Woodrow Wilson, like with the fucking like treaty and shit. Like without
the treaty, Churchill wasn't part of that.
No, I mean like if not for that, like there would be no Hitler. Like just no. Yeah. Like if not for Woodrow Wilson, like if not for progressive era, like it just. You see all these connections like from the United States, like it's just holy shit. Like the progressive era is just fucked up shit.
Yeah, man, like 1920s and 30s politics in general, pretty terrible. And especially
yeah.
Eugenics came from U.S.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
forget, also the Marxist propaganda that was flying around also all over the place.
Yeah.
It was all over the place and extremely famous.
Fun fact: Hitler actually agreed with some points that Karl Marx made.
Hitler agreed with a lot of points. That Karl Marx made. He thought everybody else
He stated that in Mein Kampf multiple times, that even though he disagreed with Marx on some of the issues, towards nationalism, he did agree with a lot of Marx's social beliefs. It was more from what I can gather. It was more of the foreign policy beliefs that Hitler had a problem with Marx on, whereas Marx believed that there should be one universal government of the workers and all that. Hitler felt that it should be nationalist and all that.
Well, yeah, basically asserted that in order to create international socialism, you must first create national socialism in every country and then unite them all.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all Nazi.
Hitler once allegedly joked with one of his foreign advisors, saying, "You can get a good nationalist out of a communist, out of a social democrat, not so much."
Yep. But Hitler, man, really interesting person to look back on.
Yeah, I know.
Really
I mean, that's the reason why. That's the reason why people like to read a lot about Hitler. It's not because we support him. It's just because he literally is a fascinating guy. Because look, when we're little kids, we are taught in school, that Hitler was this evil, maniac from a cartoon show, who was trying to, hold, the poor woman at, under a train track. But then the good old American hero came in and saved her. But he was more than that.
Yeah,
American presidents at the time are also very interesting. FDR, TR, Wilson, they're all very interesting.
Yeah.
To me,
FDR was economic illiterate, but whatever.
I've always considered the most evil people in history to be the most interesting sorts of people in history. For example, Vladimir the Impaler. You don't get that nickname without some effort into it.
He literally inspired Dracula. He drank blood out of cups and inspired Dracula. You can't get more badass than that.
I mean, ask how many people who know who Augustus is, but everyone knows Vladimir the Impaler.
Ask people, or even better, ask people who Caligula was.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Man, Roman era stuff is my thing, and even I barely know anything about Caligula.
Caligula, for those who don't know, he was the third emperor of Rome when it converted from a republic to an empire, and he
made his horse a senate. He made his horse a senator.
Oh yeah, he also had orgies with his siblings, and he was known to engage in some pretty dirty, inappropriate stuff. Although to his defense, the reason why he did that was because he was raised by his cruel uncle Tiberius, who himself was a sick bastard.
Yeah.
If you're interested into the sexual exploits of Caligula, I recommend you the channel The Cinema Snob.
Wincest.
Oh, you mean the 1979 movie? I've actually seen that movie.
Yeah, the Cinema Snob did a 20-minute review of it.
Yeah, it's that movie that's a combo of a historical drama plus a porno, and it actually has some pretty famous actors in it, like Malcolm McDowell and Peter O'Toole.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not one of those 70s pornos where they just have girls, who are topless and they're shaking their boobs around. No, this is you see the action. The best, the professional term is it's unsimulated.
See, and also I do want to mention Roman era societal
background.
It was okay to be gay as long as you were the one on top.
Yeah.
Actually,
I've even heard in Roman society there was nothing wrong with being, the one receiving. It depended on the context. In fact, I've actually heard that in some fraternities, having it taken up the butt was considered a rite of passage.
But
the idea being, if you can take it up back there, you can take any kind of attack.
Yeah, that's true. But the Roman thing was as long as you were putting it in something, it didn't particularly matter what you were putting it in.
Yeah, yeah. There's actually a quote from the 1979 movie Caligula where his great uncle Tiberius is saying, "Do you prefer nymphs or satyrs?" Basically asking, "Do you prefer men and women?" And he replies, "I like both, uncle. I like both, uncle." And he's like, "That's good because you need both."
Yeah. Caligula, man.
There was also lots of
strange guy.
Greece.
And people thought the Greeks were weird.
We got into a little bit too deep into the rabbit hole, I think.
Yeah. I actually saw this funny alternate history idea where a guy, makes, ancient Greece, live to the 21st century, and you know what he did to make sure that ancient Greece never died? People ask him, "What'd you do?" It's like, "I went back in time and I forced Zeus to have a vasectomy."
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, let's move.
Then they would have been destroyed by the Trojans.
Yeah, because seriously, 90% of the problems in Greek mythology happen because Zeus saw a pretty mortal girl, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta stick my penis in this bitch."
I don't know. Wait. Greek mythology summed up in 5 words. Unfortunately, Zeus was feeling horny.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, hold on. I've seen this comment right now. I saw it not too long ago.
It's like
Big Nig's bedtime is 8:30. I just found that. I just wanted to say that. Continue.
Yeah, like Roman era stuff in general. For some reason, a lot of my conversations lately have been swinging towards Roman stuff. Roman era stuff in general is just really interesting. Like the military, the societal aspects. Like somebody managed to recreate how a lot of the famous statues of today looked painted. They're hideous.
I honestly.
They gave, you know that famous Augustus Caesar pointing statue? I forget the name of it. You know the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about. Involuntary cones. I can definitely confirm modern art is shit. I know this because I've been to the Louvre.
It's Roman art. It was Roman era art, but they figured out what those Roman era statues were painted, and they look terrible. Like they gave Augustus Caesar a pancake white face, like he got the pancake makeup thing to the face, bright red cheeks, the entirety of his eyes are blue, like even the whites of his eyes. It's really disturbing.
Oh, like you mean they asked modern artists to repaint the picture of Augustus?
No, I forget exactly how they did it, but they used some kind of archaeology nonsense to find out how it was painted. And then they used a 3D thing to recreate it.
To be fair, they didn't really have the same technology to make paintings and things like that.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like a lot of these famous gray marble statues that we know about today were actually really hideous by modern standards because of how they were painted. It's weird. Rome's weird.
I want to just jump in a little bit on history. More of a, again, methodological point. So again, to look at history correctly, you need to have a set of glasses to see through this just infinite fucking sea of facts and shit going on. What you need first is a prioristic theory of how do humans act. It's called praxeology. Ever heard of this word, guys?
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it meant.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I've never heard of it, but I played one on TV.
What?
I said I've never heard of it, but I played
I heard you.
TV.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's a joke.
Anyway. Praxeology is the study of human action. That's what it is. Basically, it's what Austrian economics is built on. But use that to look into history, and then you choose some relevant facts, and then you construct the theory. And most of historians don't get that. That's why, for example, you see explanations of the Great Depression being so fucking retarded.
Mm.
Come on, have you guys heard of the Tide Pod Challenge?
No, we're not talking about that. No, go back to Rome. No, no Tide Pods.
Back to Rome.
We got a debate in the live chat right now. Centennial Caesar is saying that Hitler was anti-socialist.
He was not.
Yeah. Tell him this. Yeah, that's why Hitler named his That's why Hitler's political party was the National Socialist German Workers' Party, because it was anti-socialist. And don't give me that bullshit. It was socialist in name only.
Yeah, but and also don't forget about he says this right here, Centennial. Nazis in the 80s supported Reagan and compared Reaganomics to Hitler's economics. Yeah, and also don't forget John Maynard Keynes also liked the Nazis' policies as well, economic policies. And there's also more. There's even other left economists at the very time where Hitler was living. Like other left economists, I forget the guy's name. He's on the tip of my tongue. He pointed out in Esso's video.
I'm going to change the subject real fast. I just found this when I was looking at trending Twitter.
Oh.
I survived the Hawaiian ballistic missile T-shirt.
How do I see the comments from the YouTube?
Please go down. I would like to see the comments. I would love to see that.
Oh, hold on. All right, hold on. It's like trending on Twitter. It's like one or two scroll wheels down. Hold on. I'm at Alice right now, and there's two ladies have shirts that say, "I survived Hawaii's ballistic missile." LMAOO. This literally happened yesterday. People are so fast. OMG.
I mean, hey, people are gonna buy it. If there's a market for it, why not?
I survived the ballistic missile in Hawaii, and all I got was this shirt.
Yeah, I survived World War III, and all I got was this Nuka-Cola T-shirt.
Oh, here we go. This makes me happy. This is one of the top comments right here. The free market is amazing.
What the fuck?
That's one of the top comments. I love it.
Okay, that's the strangest thing I've ever seen. Okay.
Somebody just endorsing it. Some random kid. I survived the 2018 ballistic missile threat.
Oh boy, it was a threat. It was really hard to survive.
Life is so extra. Me, my dad, my brother are throwing a I survived party because of the false missile alarm.
Watch. Just watch. There's going to be a bunch of SJWs or libtards are going to say, like, "Oh my god, this is offensive. Bring it down, ban it." I guarantee fucking to it.
Yeah, because there's a version in yellow and there's a version in pink.
They never give a shit about real killings, though.
It's going to be like,
oh, Dapperton just uploaded. Hold on, guys. Dapperton just uploaded.
I don't give a shit about your fifis, people.
Well, it's going to be like Jason Unruh saying,
hold on.
Hold on. It does not occur to me.
Aggressive towards Kim Jong-un. Oh my god.
Hold on, it just not occurred to me. DT Luna, is that your shirt? Your shirt? Is that a anime character from Monster Musume?
No.
Oh, it just not occurred.
Oh yeah. On the shirt, yes.
I just now occurred to me. He's like, "Oh my god, I feel like this sounds familiar."
It's a snack, yeah.
I just got a notification from Dapperton's YouTube, and this is what I find. Snowflake cuts off penis to be an alien.
What?
Oh, that's what I don't watch.
I would love to. I mean,
also, no. Hold on. No views. 1 thumb up.
YouTube. YouTube.
YouTube.
Dapperton fake.
This one says this. At least his seed can be sent off to the next person. I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, sometimes Darwin was right.
See, here's what I think we need to do. We need to make surviving a lot harder again.
Yeah.
So basically, make it Fallout 3.
Otherwise, we're gonna end up like Idiotocracy.
Dude, we're already there. We're already at Idiocracy. But I agree.
Yeah.
What I wish would happen is that I wish stupidity was painful. Like, I mean, physically painful, instantaneously painful, and let it last for an hour.
It will be painful.
Yeah, like there's a chip in everyone's head. The Earth is flat. Ow!
Yeah.
It's not
Or
that.
I mean, or again, I don't want to sound like Adolf Hitler's best friend, but maybe we should invent a virus where if your IQ and reasoning is below a certain level, you literally cannot reproduce. You're sterile.
Yeah, to me, I hate to I know I'm going to sound horrible when I say this, but I think there are certain disorders.
Ancapistani Lounge episode 11. We all turn into dictators.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I think there are certain disorders. There's certain
Right Wing Watch. ANCAPs are Nazis confirmed. ANCAPs are Nazis confirmed.
Watch, he's gonna take this seriously. He's gonna take this seriously, and he's gonna be autistic about this and make a video about all of us. I guarantee it.
Guys,
I hate to say this, but there are certain disorders such as Ebola and other disorders. I think that some people, like, if you have a certain disorder, you shouldn't be allowed to reproduce.
Guys, I found it. I found the new theme song for this episode of Ancapistani Lounge. Hold on while it loads.
Oh God, this is
it's that one like war song, isn't it?
This video has been removed by the user. No.
Anyway, well,
next Democratic Socialist show on video. Live stream of ANCAPs confirm they're Nazis.
Anyway,
even though
I will
I'm not
say,
an
you know,
ANCAP.
like I said, I am not a Nazi. I hate statism on all levels. But yeah, the way some of those SJWs behave, it's just like Hitler. Can you come back to life and kill these people so I don't have to worry about them? But when you think about it,
just say this.
Chris.
This is what I was saying.
it's getting a little.
Please come back to life and give them a reason to bitch. Give them a reason.
yeah.
Guys, I think it's time for a purge.
Because here's what
Wait for it.
Here's what I would actually do. If Hitler were to come back, and these people say, "We hate Nazis, we hate Nazis," okay, go fight them. Like,
Go fight them. Here's a rifle. Go fight them.
Oh, these are.
I'll take it a step further. I would draft them and say, "Okay, you say you hate Nazis. Let me draft you and have you fight
The Nazis would win. The Nazis would win.
Exactly.
Yeah, these are people, like, again, as Dr. Shane pointed out in one of his videos, these are literally people who would stab themselves in the face and didn't even flinch. They literally stabbed themselves in the face for fun. It literally did. I'm not joking.
Did you guys not hear that? I just played the Soviet national anthem ear rape version. Did it not play through?
It didn't.
I'm trying to find this live stream on YouTube so I can see what the comments are, because some of the comments can be pretty funny.
It said physical removal says it's funny to pretend to be a Nazi.
Please don't.
Night Shift 1000 says, "Hey Hitler, are those Antifa members over there? They're all Jews." Oh God, that was in bad taste.
That I need popcorn to view that.
Hold on. And username needed. Are you saying because I am dyslexic that because I am because of my early grades being extremely low, I should be stopped from producing?
Hey, hold on. I don't want to interrupt this comment though. Good fucking good. On MLK's day, we are literally talking about bringing back Hitler. To
Democratic Socialist, the one is okay. Caesar literally just said that. What?
Democratic socialism is okay. How?
No, Democratic Socialist still won, the YouTuber.
Secession for the win.
I disagree with Centennial Caesar.
Yeah, what's your channel called on YouTube?
The channel hosting this is Marianne and Cap Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm actually surprised.
Okay, yeah, because I want to read the comments so badly.
Oh, if you wanna see the video, I'll link you to it.
I actually just
want to see the YouTube side chat.
Hold on, really quick.
We have our own little personal chat here. Here, I just threw up the link.
Jinx.
I found it.
Time.
Adham, you debate.
Good fucking God! On MLK's day, we are literally talking about bringing back Hitler. Well,
yes.
I'm sorry, buddy, but you do realize that a lot of the blacks in the civil rights movement weren't as nice as people think they are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, what are you talking about? Malcolm X was the best guy.
The Democrats were constantly voting against civil rights. It was the Republicans that were constantly voting in the rights of women and minorities during the civil rights movement.
Hey, sir, do you know that the Democrats before the end of 19th century
Yeah, if I
were
recall
actually
correctly, the
laissez-faire
socialists were
party?
actually the biggest ones that were saying blacks need to be segregated, and it was the conservatives that were saying no, they need to be
You motherfuckers just
integrated.
ignore what I said. I
Hold
said
on, I want to
Democrats.
hear what you were saying.
Democrats before 19th century, the end of 19th century, particularly 1896, the end of the third party system. Democrats were the laissez-faire party, and the Republicans were the pietist Puritan party, the party of like compulsory morality and shit.
So
Just so you know.
Minorities in my water park.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I do want to mention.
Hold on, really quick. I took this. Have you guys heard of the Polity Scales test?
Pudding scales.
Polity Scales.
Oh.
Pudding.
I just took.
Let's see, am I yogurt or tapioca?
So when it comes to capitalism, I'm 83% capitalist, but for some reason I'm 17% communist. I hate communism.
Well, link it. Link it.
All right. Let me restart test.
17% communist. That makes no sense.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to think. It's like, how can I be mostly capitalist, but at the same time say, yeah, I think that's a good idea for communism.
Yeah, that's
Hey, you know that kind of reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of this one comment a friend of mine said, where like he's a big diehard libertarian. He hates authoritarianism, both communist and fascist, and he put in stuff that's usually for libertarian, like he supports free markets and all that. And the political compass says he was a moderate fascist.
Like, really quick, do you mind if I could screen share my results?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay, how do I screen share?
Use Specker. Specker is way better. Specker is just 80 times better.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Okay. Here. So I got this. Work, liberty, fatherland. I mean, this mostly makes sense except for this. The communism part is just like, wait, what?
This is not even political. It's like a lot of it is just cultural shit. Like,
yeah, I think that's.
What does it have to do? I hate those like quizzes. They're shit.
Yeah, we need a pudding scale. I'm gonna take the pudding scale right now.
Check it out, guys.
Bullshit. I want chocolate, not a vanilla.
Yeah, I like Specker the best because it's just a more accurate. Just whatever. Specker is just amazing. The question is a lot more sensible and down to the point.
I think 8 values is the best.
8 values is pretty good, but Specker's a lot more solid.
The reason why I prefer 8 values is because the answers are more accurate, if that makes sense. How?
Yeah, but it's not as in depth as a 100 question thing.
Yeah, 8 values.
These quizzes are fucking vague as shit. They're fucking cancer.
Yeah, the 8 values kind of ignores a bit of nuance.
I'd still say Specker is the best. It's got a lot more better questions. It's down to the point.
8 values. It's not very specific.
Yeah,
in
some of the
comparison
things
to Specker.
I'd be on Specker's the best that I've taken.
I've taken Specker too.
Yeah.
Why do you need to take those? Like, even like, what's the reason?
That's fun.
Yeah, for one, it's fun, and two, some people are actually interested, like me. And I'm still somewhat confused that how is it that I'm in support. Well, again, I would expect it to be 100% capitalist, or at least 98% capitalist.
This test is wrong. That's what you should say. This test is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
I'll tell you a test that's fucking wrong. BuzzFeed's Are You Privileged test.
Oh
my god, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Almost
everyone in the Bogosity podcast took it, and even with all the points we got added to us for being white, we still scored in the mid to lower 30s as not privileged. And the guy who got in the upper 40s, which is considered privileged, was black.
I think for shits and giggles, should we just take it right now?
I already took it. So.
Well, do the one. Are you a feminist? Do the one where it asks you if you're a feminist or not.
I do want to mention the privilege test does involve quite a bit of personal information. Some might not be okay with sharing.
Yeah, it asks you questions like how much money do you make? Do you live with your parents and all that? It's like.
I'm just gonna take it for shits and giggles right now.
Well, do the one where it asks you if you're a feminist or not. See if that one's good.
Oh gosh.
How much of a feminist are you? Okay, I'm just gonna take this right now. Let's see. This is gonna be fucking. Okay.
Gonna screen share this.
Feminist? Are you woke? It said that I was a feminist, and it also said that I was very privileged. It also said that I was very privileged for some reason.
Yeah. Check your privilege.
Here, I'll screen share mine. I think I took this one before though.
Okay, let's see. We'll see Voluntarist cons first, and then we'll show mine.
Okay.
Check all that apply. I would be willing to give up some of my salary if I had to, so that equal play in the workplace could be a reality. Moving on. I believe that men and women should be equal. But their property, though. How does that work?
Congratulations.
When I look at that question, like, I want to ask a question. Like, I'm like, statement. Like, what does it mean, actually?
I would be willing to give some of my salary if I had to say that equal pay and my workplace could be a reality. Yeah, that ain't how life works.
I can't help but be bothered when a song includes misogynistic lyrics, even when I otherwise like the song.
What?
I'm just as confused as you.
Yeah, I'm skipping that.
I'm laughing in confusion, and it's so stupid.
I know who Bell Hooks is. No, I don't, and she sounds like someone I don't want to know.
Oh, I know who Bell Hooks is. It's Antina Sarkeesian.
Anita.
Sorry. Anita Sarkeesian. She studied under Bell Hooks, I believe, or something like that. Bell Hooks was her teacher. That's all you need to know.
That explains a lot.
Wasn't Bell Hooks that black lady who said that whites were naturally programmed to be racist because of our pigmentation and our skin color or something like that?
Oh, the irony.
Yeah.
She's a sex negative feminist. What do you expect?
I can define intersectional feminism. I can define it, yes.
I can define it, but I don't agree with it.
Condone it.
Well, no, that's not. It's not asking if you can agree or condone it. It's just asking if you can define it, which we all can do.
Yeah, these questions are just so retarded. I'm sorry, they're just retarded.
Yeah, they're
I don't use the phrase "Hey guys" when referring to a group of people that includes men and women.
Well, what else am I supposed to say?
Hello, Homo sapiens.
Hello,
hello, you individual.
But saying hello, Homo sapien, is offensive to people who don't think they're supposed to be born humans.
What? Hello, individuals.
To other kin and Neanderthals.
Wait, how about hello?
All right, I'll be right back.
Individuals.
I have taken a woman and/or gender studies class. Why? That would be a waste of my money.
Dude, that'd be a waste of my mental sanity.
Yeah.
So hold on. Let's look at this one and the next question like in a group. I have taken a women and/or gender studies class. I think it's important to encourage girls to pursue science and math as a career. So you simultaneously want to encourage gender studies and a math major. Consistency.
Well, I mean, the thing. I think the problem again is the wording of these questions. Like, I think it's important. It's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with encouraging girls to pursue math or science as a career, but I don't think it should be like important. It should just be like, what do you like to do? We should support her, whatever her choices are, unless like the choices is ludicrously bad.
Well, see, here's like my logic to it. Here's my logic. Like, it's saying, is it important to encourage, right? So I'm thinking like somebody has come to me asking, hey, should I get like a degree in sciences and math? And in that case, I would say yes.
Just get a practical science degree, not like an environmental science. Get a practical science degree.
My answer to that is like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. For girls, I don't fucking know.
Oh no. The next question is, women should be allowed to apply for a job even if they fulfill 60% of the job requirements.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
need
yeah, yeah. That's the same. That's the same thing. That's the same
Could you
thing with
please
That's
not
the
do
same.
this, Cancer?
Is that like with like firefighting? You know, it's like
They
so.
lowered the
What if the woman? So what if the woman can't carry the equipment? She still knows all the information about that. I'm like, yeah, she knows the information of the techniques, but lady, a 100-pound fire hose is still a 100-pound fire
be a
hose.
fireman.
Yeah. Ladies, if you want to be a firefighter, don't go to a feminist. Go to a gym and start lifting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think we should change women's bathroom symbols to not include traditionally feminine clothing, i.e., skirts, dresses, etc.
Then how the heck are we supposed to tell the difference?
Well,
Yeah.
you should ask the stick figures how they're feeling today.
How are we gonna tell the difference? It's like, well, which one's the what do the symbols say? They both look the exact same.
Yeah.
It's like that SpongeBob episode where it's like there's the dude and there's the upside down question mark.
Rock bottom, and they use different symbols than bikini bottom, and Patrick can't tell the difference. And it's like, well, just wait for someone to come out, and it's impossible to tell the gender. So
I think sometimes I wonder if SpongeBob predicted the future in
Several
some way.
times.
Well, Simpsons predicted it far more.
Oh yeah, definitely. They predicted Donald Trump, so
No, they did
they
not. That
also-
episode came out after Donald Trump applied. They did not predict Donald Trump.
They,
Alright.
It was
So
actually predicted that Disney would buy
hey, bathroom sticker, are you on your period today? Oh, that reminds me of this really, really gross video I saw one time, which was of a guy who was transsexual, and he posted a picture of like blood leaking out of his butt, and like it was all over his legs, and he's like, "Yay, I'm finally getting my period!" And everyone's like, "Dude, you need to see a doctor right now."
Oh, I think I saw that. I think I saw that photo in a thumbnail for a Steven Crowder video.
Yeah, and they're like, "Dude, you need to go to a doctor right now because you are not supposed to be bleeding from that orifice."
I believe trans people should be able to use whichever bathroom they identify with. See, for me, I don't know if it's the same case for everybody else here, but for me, it's when I ask the question, pre-op or post-op?
Yeah, that's what I agree. If you're post-op, then yeah, do it whatever you want. But if you're pre-op,
And how good was the operation?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
are we
but if
talking
you're
Riley
pre-op,
Dennis or
then
Blair
I
White here?
think you should just, either hold it until you get home or use the men's room, because I don't think girls are going to be comfortable going to the bathroom knowing there's a guy with a bra and lips and poorly applied lipstick on.
See, and it also kind of matters, like,
I mean,
how
unless
good
you're
the
like Blair
operation
White
was.
levels of trans, then yeah, go to the one you identify as. But if you're not, then no, sorry, go to the one you're biologically associated with. You know,
Like, you have to pass at like Blair White levels to get into the women's room. Is my
I just said that.
sorry, I didn't. You broke up a bit.
Question. Should trans women like post-op be let into women's bathroom?
I mean, if they can prove that they are actually trans, then yes, I think so.
Here's what I think should be like the
Yeah,
policy.
what's the correct answer as ANCAP? As the property owner decides.
Yeah, I was about to say. Here's what I think should happen. You pull aside
That's
like
a
a
fucking
clerk or
fair
something, and you ask them, "Hey, do I pass?" And they'll tell you whether or not you can go into the bathroom you identify with. That's what I think.
If some like I don't know some restaurant decides like pre-op trans women or whatever may go into the bathroom so fucking well, the market will slow this shit out, man.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's
Yeah,
important.
it's up to the property owner.
Guys, can we continue?
Yep, I believe it's important to encourage women to negotiate. I mean,
Well, that depends on your definition of negotiation. Is it legitimate negotiation, or saying give me what I want, or I'm gonna go on social media and accuse you of being a misogynist
or
all
sexually
right, I'm
assaulting.
gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna assume this is like pay negotiations.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
yeah, for that, I
you have
understand.
a lawyer,
you know, I mean,
they have a lawyer, and you're sitting down talking about pays and discretions and all that, and it's like proper negotiation. In that situation, I'm gonna click it.
I believe Jennifer Lawrence should get as much as her male co-stars. Dude,
Just
she's
no.
the
Just no.
she's the highest paying actress in the world.
I'd actually disagree. No, she for the exact same reason you just said, Chris.
Yeah, she's the highest paid actress in the world. It's like, oh, how come I'm only making $3.2 million a film when Tom Cruise is making $5 million a film? I'm broke.
Star
Bitch,
power?
please. You're gonna make more money than all of us combined.
Did you just click you agree Jennifer Lawrence should do that? Oh no. Misread.
I don't think a movie should be released unless it passes the Bechdel test. Now,
Sorry, there's a little thing called the First Amendment, so a movie should be allowed to be released regardless if it doesn't pass any test. As long as nobody was actually harmed while making the movie, it shouldn't matter.
I mean, even snuff films to an extent. But for reference, the Bechdel test, in case you don't know, it was a test made up in the 70s, which is basically a checklist. Like, is there a scene where two women talk about something other than a man? Check. Do women appear strong? Blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of crap, and like 9/10 of the movies created.
The Bechdel test is the reason why the new Star Wars movies suck, because the movies felt like such a checklist. We have this check, we have that check. Okay, it's going to be good. No, don't work that way, Disney. Sorry.
Don't bring up the Star Wars movies. I like those. I don't want to get into those.
That's because you're a moron.
Continue.
And then he left the street.
I like Star Wars, but Legends will always be better.
All right, Chris. All right, here's how we're going to do this. I'm in Texas.
I'm going to have a lightsaber duel to the death.
I'm going to find 2 antique pistols, and we're going to settle this the gentleman's way.
Oh, you mean we're gonna have a pistol duel, and I secretly sabotage your pistol so it won't fire, and I shoot you and kill you? No joke. That was very common back in the days of dueling.
Well, it's a good thing the pistols are gonna be mine. All right. I believe all genders are entitled to the same social and political rights.
Yeah.
That's a contradiction, because rights are not entitlements. So no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, good one.
I can explain why 78 cents to the dollar is not a fully accurate description of the gender pay gap.
That's actually kind of true, because
I can.
Because I can explain it, and guess what? There is a reason why. Why? Because 1, it doesn't really exist, and 2, in the areas it does exist, it's because of choices.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, ladies.
Women
It's
over
not.
35 on average actually make more than their male counterparts in general. Anyways, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I believe that women who possess certain types of privilege are responsible for advocating for women who don't have their level of privilege. Moving on.
If I had a daughter, I would encourage her to be anything she wanted to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so obvious.
Well, of course, you can't force your kid to do something like that. Of course, then again, the way BuzzFeed says it, anything she wants to be is anything I want her to be. So she says, I want to get married and settle down and have children while my husband goes to work and provides the money, and I do all the cooking and cleaning. And then you're like, no, I have no daughter. She's dead to me.
What you do then is you introduce her to a nice man named Muhammad.
Yeah.
Muhammad, he's so great, oh Muhammad.
I would rename her Aisha. I would make it clear to my daughter from an early age that her identity should never be defined by her relationship. Nope.
Hey,
by her relationship status.
Hang on, let me see the thing.
You know what I just felt? You don't like. We're just like fucking Sargon group. Like seriously, we're discussing the same shit.
Should never be defined by her relationship status.
Yeah, we're arguably not that better, but at least we understand rights and economics, so we got that covered.
I believe it's important to compliment a woman's intelligence over her
boy,
looks.
who you calling me out, boy?
Oh, do.
pistols at dawn. Where are you?
I believe it's important to compliment a woman's intelligence over her looks.
Hold on, you.
Oh,
Who just called me out? I pistols at dawn. I will find you.
Fine.
Which one of you just said that?
I said it.
Ah, your first mistake was letting me know which country you're in.
Good.
Good. Then he's gonna trick you into coming in, and then he can ambush you there. Like what
Nah,
the
he lives in a
Vietnamese did to the
dictator-
United States.
He lives in a dictatorship. I just have to rat him out.
Well, he has the advantage of heaven and earth.
He doesn't support you.
Hey, go back to that
continue.
feminist list.
Yeah.
I believe it's important to compliment a woman's intelligence over her looks.
Well,
No.
I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to tell a girl she's smart, but what's wrong with telling her she's beautiful too?
To me, here's the
Exactly.
thing.
A beautiful,
Like,
a beautiful.
if she's a blonde, I think compliments need to be honest first, right? And
Yeah,
if she's
they need to
blonde-
be honest. You know,
No.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: is that when it comes to looks, intelligence isn't gonna sell it to most
Yeah.
people. Unfortunately, you need to look good in order to sell yourself, and that's the.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm.
Like, here's the thing: people say this. It's like, oh well, it's not what's on the outside; it's what's on the inside. No, here's the thing: chances are you're an ugly person if you're making that argument.
Yeah,
And two,
it's. I'm not saying, you know, I have high standards. Like, I mean, I'm okay with a woman not be the most attractive, but again, I do have limits. Like, you know, I'm not against, you know, having a girlfriend, you know, who's, you know, chubby or fat, but if she looks like she's been hit with a load of buckshot, then yeah, that's kind of a limit. Like, I mean, I can still be friends with her, but I'm probably not gonna date her. You know, that's just how it is.
Oh, hey, to answer the question in the comments, it does appear that they're remaking the Mighty Ducks.
who are the Mighty
What?
Ducks?
It's a movie.
Yeah,
It was
the
that.
hockey team.
It was
they're an
that
actual
very.
hockey
It
team,
was
too.
the first. Hold on. It was like the first. Angry coach gets pinned up with a team that he doesn't like, but they manage to persevere and pull through and become a team anyway. Movie. It was the first of those. It was the first generic sports movie,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
and it was hockey.
Yeah.
So yeah. I
Continue.
guess like it's situational, huh? Like, I guess people saying you should you know compliment their intelligence over the looks. I guess is the same like people as the anti-sex feminists. You know, they're probably all 600 pounds anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, I believe that a woman has the right to choose what happens to her body.
Any human being has.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: does the
But what
fetus
about
have?
the fetus, though?
Yeah, does the fetus have the right? Does the fetus have the right to determine what happens to its body?
Yeah, that's like the
No.
abortion thing. That's probably what that would be leading to.
Which one of you has just said no?
I think it was Chris.
I actually didn't say no. I said, does the fetus?
I
Does the
said no.
fetus have? Does the fetus
To a
have the
certain
right?
extent.
I would argue this: that when it comes to abortion, if you're gonna abort it, do it within the first 3 weeks, because at that point it's still
Agreed.
cell. After
Yeah,
that, it's immoral.
Yeah.
Agreed.
If it's just like a bundle of cells, then yeah, I can see the argument. But once it has its own heartbeat and eyesight, it's like, yeah, then you need to
Yeah.
understand that's,
Kicks in.
you know, it's in your body, but it's technically not your body.
And that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Is that people who, and this is something I know I'm gonna sound horrible when I say this, but what would be the point of having a child if it's not gonna be loved? You know, that's how I see it. Like, I know it sounds horrible to say you're better off aborting the child. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but
It's a bad thing.
what's the alternative? You know?
Are you
Put it up for
comparing both
adoption.
in nature?
Well, the thing is that I'd rather give the kid a fighting chance at least.
Yeah, but
And then they can, slap themselves
if you can't take care of the kid or can't love it, give it up to someone who can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
and
Well,
also
that's why we need more
also
kids.
more-
I guess
Try-
it's kind of my religious background, but I've always kind of bought into the theory that life begins at conception. Because at that point it does have the DNA of a human being.
Then you cannot cut off your arm or your nails.
It's a good thing I don't.
Abortion should.
It's a good thing I still
always
have
be
my
a
right
last
hand then, huh?
resort.
You
Again,
can't cut off your nails, dude.
Again,
Oh,
it has your DNA.
abortion is one of those subjects where you could argue this, like, oh, well, the woman has the right, but what about the rights of the fetus and so on? And to me, it's just first 3 weeks.
Right.
First 3
Back to
weeks.
BuzzFeed.
Anyway, well, the thing is that
Back to BuzzFeed.
No, come on.
No, back to
All
BuzzFeed.
right, last point.
Fuck BuzzFeed.
All right. Well, the thing is that I wanted to note that I don't even think it's possible to abort the fetus or whatever. If I don't even think it's possible when it's a clump of cells. I think they have to wait until its heart is beating or something. Or they can.
Well, I think there is a way of sterilizing the womb at 3 weeks or something.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah, BuzzFeed. In an instance of sexual assault against the female, and they accuse only alt-writers of saying the word female, I am inclined to believe the assaulted person is telling the truth until proven otherwise. Guilty until proven innocent. No, thank you.
Nope, it's the other way around. It's innocent until proven guilty. Sorry. Look, if you come up to me and say some guy raped me, my mentality is going to be, oh, that's horrible, but what's your proof?
I hate to say this, but I've been lied too many times, and I've seen too many lies of this.
Oh, yeah.
That I think, you know what, you need to show me evidence, because if you don't, I'm not going to believe you at all.
I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube.
Rape until he was president of the United States. You know.
Oh yeah,
it's serious accusation.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny because people call Donald Trump a racist, you know, because like he was making comments in a locker room, and I'm like, dude, ladies, have you been inside a guy's locker room? Guys say stuff like that all the time. They're always
confirm that. I can confirm that.
They say, "Oh yeah, I went with my girlfriend last night. And, oh, I fucked her right in the pussy all night." They're saying stuff like that all the time.
I can confirm that because I talk I swear like a sailor in a locker room at my swim team. I can confirm that.
Come to Canada and come into my gym class and see what you hear. Listen to what you hear.
Night shift 10,000. No, that's not enough BuzzFeed. No, thank you.
In high school, the locker room in the gym is basically a dank meme compilation.
That is true. All right, BuzzFeed. I can explain Marlene Dietrich's influence on women's fashion.
Don't know who that is.
Who is that?
I can't. I can't say I can.
I know what a bad feminist is. Oh, I absolutely do know what a bad feminist is. It's a person that thinks that women are superior to men and that men need to be arrested and brought down, and women should have all the benefits.
All right, I believe that women should be able to dress however they want without it being dictated without it dictating how they're treated by. Look, if you're gonna dress in slutty clothes,
then yes,
in a bad neighborhood, you should. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying it's not.
Yeah,
smart.
I mean, my school, when I took special eds and we were talking about behavior and all that, a good example we brought up is the clown costume. Yeah, you can go to school dressed up like a clown. It's your right. However, though, you can't complain when people are saying, "Ha ha, you're just like a clown," because you consciously chose to dress up like a clown to school. So.
I love how absolutely PG that analogy is. Yeah. Like Disney is asking you for a sponsorship. All right. Yeah. I believe that women should be able to dress out. I just read that one.
Oh, yeah.
I have never said that a woman asked for it.
No, I didn't. Again, they're taking it out of context. I'm not saying you're asking for it. I'm just saying that if you're gonna act like a vulnerable victim, people are gonna treat you like a vulnerable victim. And again, that's why rapists go after like the sluttier looking girls, is because they see them as vulnerable. You
never said. I am gonna admit, I have said the sentence "woman asked for it," but it was in reference to pest control, so I don't think it counts.
I am offended by.
Hmm?
I was reading it. Yeah, I am offended by catcalling. What do people have against catcalling? What's wrong if some guy walks up to you and says, "Wow, you're looking beautiful today"?
Well, I do think
what it is, dude, is that it's just
sometimes it can get like pretty explicit.
I can guarantee you.
I would not even
guarantee you. Like I hear this all the time. Women are more judgmental about other women than we men are. Women cannot get along. Like, okay, that's not sexist, but they further the stereotype that women cannot get along with other women. And I just think, my fucking God.
This is why. That's funny, Night Shift. That's funny. Yeah.
Night Shift 10,000 says, I love that scene in Bride of Chucky when the kid's toy asks Chucky to spell women, and he spells it Bitch.
Yeah.
I was catcalled by a woman once. I am totally telling the truth, and it was so triggering. Oh wait, no, it wasn't.
Yeah. and here's the thing, people. If someone is catcalling you and like it's annoying, you either do one of two things: ignore them, and if they're being persistent, tell them, dude, get the fuck away from me.
All right, so next question. I don't think women should get VIP treatment at nightclubs and bars just for being women.
It depends. I mean, philosophically, I don't think so, but
I guess it depends on the bar's policy, huh?
That's his
like,
if it's a strip club,
I guess so.
Yeah, yes.
Like if the bar's holding like a women drink free night, I guess.
Again, it's up to personal property, you know.
What,
Yeah,
you never heard of ladies drink free night?
Personal property? What are you, a commie?
No, I mean not personal property. I mean private property. Like if a bartender wants to have a women's night where women get free drinks or discounts, that's his decision. So.
Yeah, you guys haven't heard. Somebody here hasn't heard of ladies drink free night. It's a way of attracting more guys into the bar.
Yeah.
I think police brutality and its correlation with race is a feminist issue.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's two different issues.
No,
and by the way, whites are just as likely to be abused by the cops as blacks are. You know, my philosophy is this: cops do not care what race you are. If you're doing something they don't like, they're gonna beat the shit out of you regardless of your race. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a government power issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a feminist issue.
Dapperton has pointed this out 100 times.
Ideal female.
If anything, men get it worse. Men get it worse when it comes to police. I mean, seriously, how many times have we heard this? How many times have we heard a woman do this? She drowns her kid in a bathtub, and she's either dubbed insane or she's only given 5 years of probation. If a guy drowns his kid in a bathtub, he's given 20 years to life if he's white, and if he's black and lives in the southern state, he's given the death penalty.
Ugh.
Oof. All right. I think we should stop promoting models as the ideal female body type.
Who's doing that? Who's doing that?
All right. Honesty time.
Models.
Honesty time here.
Yeah. Who's doing that?
Models are anorexic.
Are they talking about encouraging healthy choices? Because I'm
going to disagree with you, Volunteers Cons. The sort of models I follow on Instagram, yes, I have one. I'm not going to tell you. Are very.
Now you're telling me.
Are very.
They're anorexic. They starve themselves. That's how they become models. It's not a good practice to idolize.
Yeah,
it's just not a good practice to idolize.
But the point is that those models on magazines, I don't think they're actually encouraging you to look like that. I mean, look, it's an advertisement. They're saying, look, there's a pretty girl on here, buy the magazine. And yeah, sometimes they have things like how to get my body and all that, and they used to advertise products. But at the end of the day, that's your decision to interpret it as the ideal body,
It's like if I say,
yeah, but there's like a fair degree of model worship, like, like there are younger girls who idolize like pop stars and models and say, I want to look just like her because she's on the cover of a magazine, when really that model's been starving herself for 6 months to look that way.
Look, and here's why I say you should not check that, because again, at the end of the day, that's the person looking at it. That's the consumer's conception. And if they say, I like that body, the agency is just going to give it in. So the truth is, and here's the thing, it's been proven, contrary to popular belief, popular media does not cause girls to develop eating disorders. They've actually shown that there's a lot more going on than just eating disorders. In fact, sometimes an eating disorder is a symptom of a much bigger, psychological health issue. So no, it's not a promoting thing. It's a psychology thing.
Continue.
Okay, I think we should stop photoshopping women's bodies in the media. Okay, I'm going to cut short the 30-minute discussion on this one and say we're not clicking it.
Yeah. Look, well, first of all, you contrary to popular belief, you can't unless you have some sophisticated.
What did we just continue, volunteers?
Okay.
We're never going to get through this thing.
Please.
I have never called a woman bossy. I actually have, and here's the thing: I've called men bossy too.
Hold on,
bossy.
hold on.
I take it a step further.
Marianne.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're bossy. Okay, we're good to go.
Yeah, I been away for a bit.
Yeah, sorry. I was making a joke. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Joke. We're making a BuzzFeed joke.
Yeah. I think companies. Wait a minute. I think companies should promote family-friendly material to women who are having children. I thought leftists were supposed to be, the hip hop, cool kids, not the religious not the religious Puritans.
Well, this is a several years old video quiz when they still presented like a degree of moralism.
Yeah, it's like I thought it was the Puritans that were saying, "Oh, there's too much violence and sex on the TV show these days."
Well, no. I
No.
think
This
you're
is
understanding what they're saying. They're saying that they
voluntarily.
need to alter women's schedules to account for them having children.
Oh, more family-friendly time and programs to women who are, again, that's between the woman and the company. So.
Yeah, just whatever. It depends on it depends what your boss says and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, look, I mean, I think the problem in a lot of those cases when I hear of women, who get pregnant and then they get fired, often it's because like they get pregnant but they don't tell their bosses right away or something like that, or they don't negotiate and they still demand, like they want all their benefits. No, if you're going to get pregnant, you're working for a company, you should go to your boss and say, hey, look, I'm going to start a family and, I'm going to be pregnant, so obviously I'm going to have some issues with my body, but I still want to work here, so I want to talk to and figure if we can work a deal out, like that. Again, it's between the woman and the company.
Yeah, I don't think most companies would have a problem with that. Most won't. I wouldn't even. If I was a boss, I wouldn't even care. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to be pretty shrewd. Okay. I believe that a woman should be offered the same opportunities for promotion as her male coworkers.
Well,
the
question is, does she deserve it?
Assume she does. Moving on. We don't have time. We're at the last 15 minutes of this 2-hour stream.
Oh my god, we haven't even gotten to mine yet.
Sucks to be you.
I'm gonna be taking mine then, right now.
No.
I believe that if a woman wants to pay on a date, her date should let her. Situational. I believe that a woman should have easy access to birth control. Situational, but actually no.
She should have easy access to birth control. She just shouldn't be demand the government point guns at me and say, pay for this young lady's birth control.
Yeah,
exactly.
So let the food
buy it yourself.
I believe that in a relationship, the domestic duties should be shared. Situational.
So situational, yeah.
I think that a couple should have equal responsibility over the aesthetic and cleanliness of their home.
Again, situational.
Yeah,
I believe that men should be encouraged to be involved and make choices in the wedding planning process. Yes.
Of course.
I believe that men and women have the same emotional strength.
No.
I'm going to leave that blank.
No.
I do not think that it is the responsibility of a man to protect a woman physically. No. I believe...
I do not think that it's
responsibility over the cleanliness of their home. If the man is out at work all day providing money to maintain the household,
yeah,
that's indirectly contributing to that because then the wife actually has the time to go around and clean things.
Hey, go!
I think the guy has just as much a right to pick the terrible drapes as the woman. Once she said she's been trying. I said, "What's been going wrong?" I've never asked a woman, and I just read that. I would be equally excited to have a son or a daughter.
Dude, we can't see your screen.
What?
Can't see the screen. You stop screen sharing.
Yep.
It says I'm still screen sharing.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're not.
Oh, one of the questions is hilarious. I have never asked a woman why she doesn't have children. That's true, but not because I'm an enlightened man. It's because it's none of my business.
I actually have. She says she's been trying for a year. I asked what's been going wrong, so I can't click that.
Yep. Well, even then, it's the wrong context. I mean, yeah, I've never asked a woman, but it's not because, like I said, I'm an enlightened male and all that. It's just because It's none of my business.
Okay, when you're done,
Also-
volunteers cons, what I'm gonna do is this. I'm just gonna speed run the test. I'm just gonna.
Yes, speedrun this. Also, I want to point out in the right-hand corner here is a recipe for deviled eggs. Enjoy that. I would be
Dude, I
equally
can't-
excited to
I
have a
can't see
son
your
or a
screen.
daughter. Sure. I think American workplace culture is often not structured in a way that is helpful or encouraging to women succeeding. Don't care. I think women have a responsibility to help and encourage other women to pursue their goals. Situational. Actually, no, just no. I think that women are equally capable to men to be the president of the United States. Sure, but there shouldn't be a president. I
No
believe that
Hillary
women have no responsibility to make. What?
I said
No
no to
Hillary
that
Clinton.
one. Neither men nor women should be president.
Oh, yeah,
I
no.
believe that women have no responsibility to make a conscious effort to always be friendly and polite. Nobody does. I have never criticized women for not wearing makeup or wearing too much makeup. I have.
I don't really care. I never gave much of an F.
All right, see you guys.
I believe a woman is a woman, and if that is what she calls herself, regardless of her physical. Show my results. You check 16 out of 50 on the list. You're pretty woke, and you definitely try and stay informed about what's going on in the world of feminism, how you can make it better.
God,
I'm
he's
woke,
woke.
everybody.
All right, my turn. Time for me to speed run this bitch.
John.
Please screen share. Okay.
All right. Okay, I would. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yeah, situational. What? No. No. Wait.
Well, I gotta go, guys. Sorry.
No. No.
Oh, see you,
Well,
Chris.
thanks for having. Thanks
Yep.
for coming by. It was great.
I'm gonna assume yes.
I mean, the thing's almost over, right?
Yes. I do not think it should. We should.
I
no.
like how our stream went from like 9 people to 5 entirely silently.
I believe that women possess certain type. No. If I had a daughter, I would hurt. Yes. I would make it clear to my daughter. No. Oh wait. Yes. I believe it's important to compliment. No. I believe that it's important. Yes. Instance of sexual assault against a female. I am no. I don't even know who she is. Yes. Yeah, every feminist is a bad feminist. I believe that women should be able to dress however they want. Yeah, no. Yes, I have. No, I am not. I don't think women should be. I don't think so. I think police brutality. No, I don't think so. I think it should be stopped. The thing is that
Government
there's
issue.
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong in appreciating the female body. So,
Speedrun.
Speedrun. I think we should stop. Yes, because I think
Nudie mags though.
yeah. I've never called a woman bossy. Yes, I have. I think women should be more. No. Should be offered the same opportunities as. Yes, I believe that if a woman wants to pan date, her date should let her. No. I believe that a woman should have easy access. Yes, let the free market provide. I believe that in a relationship, no. I think a couple should have equal responsibility over. No. I believe that men should be encouraged to be involved in making. Yes. I believe that men and women have the same emotion. No, just no. Absolutely no. I'm sorry, but no. I don't think that it's. Don't think it's the responsibility. Yes, I do think it's the responsibility. I believe that men and women should be. Here. Okay, now this one's a hard one.
Speedrun.
No. I have never asked a woman why she does not have children. Yes, I have. Actually, yes, I have. I would be equally excited to have a son. Yes. I think American workplace culture is often structured in a way that no. I think women have a responsibility to help and encourage. No. I think women are equally capable. Yes. I believe that women have no responsibility to make a conscious effort to always be polite. Yes, I do. I have never criticized a woman for not. Yes, I have. I believe a woman is a woman if that. No, I don't think so. Show my results. 15. You're pretty woke, and you definitely try and stay informed in what's going on in the world of feminism and how you can make it better.
That wording though. 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Perfect.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
What'd you get?
I got a 15 out of 50.
15?
Everyone got 15.
Let's do this.
Oh, come on. You know, fuck it. Speed run. Speed run this.
All right. Well.
Yeah, speed run it. Speed run it.
Winner of a family day, whoever gets paid more. Isn't that the definition? I mean, really?
Go. Speed run. Read it out, but speed run.
Yes, it was. No.
Yes.
Start thinking.
She was
I
so.
only respect bosses who wear suits. Have you judged a woman's intelligence because of the way she speaks? Yes, because incoherent people aren't very intelligent. Just in general. Do you think the gender pay gap discrepancies exist because women choose to paid work? Before we fucking went over this. Yeah,
I trust the one on the right more.
are fucking awful. Like, you should never, like, if your doctor's wearing a tie, you need a new fucking doctor because it acts as a pathogen vector and they never get washed.
Speed run. Move.
You're wasting frames.
So women in politics because they don't want to be. We fucking established this. Do women make good bosses? Yeah, I've actually had a woman boss. It was not bad. Without thinking, pick a nurse. They're all the same. I don't care. Hang on, where's my dice?
Speed run.
The
one on the right.
On the right. Can women be great mathematicians and scientists? Middle, because it's fucking brain.
You picked a woman with white hair. That means you're a Nazi.
Oh shit!
Keep moving.
Yeah, that's blue eyes.
Nazi.
It must
You're
be the
wasting
German.
frames, my dude.
Woman, how can I say I don't do sports? I don't fucking do sports. I don't care.
All right.
kind of sport?
Video games, then.
There's no I don't give a shit because I don't do sports option.
Just put
Then
down.
do video games. Think about video games.
Bottom, livid, because
video
I'm competitive.
Beard.
I wouldn't feel embarrassed at all.
The one with the biggest beard.
The one in front of the chalkboard.
Actually, yeah, that
Yeah, look at all the math
He's got-
behind it.
and he's got a fucking name tag because I can't remember the names very well. Can women be funny?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, yes, but they're not as funny as men.
Or is most capable? Anyone ever called you sexist? Yes, but only feminists. Sexism still exists. There's no I don't care option.
Middle.
Sexist if they want to.
Middle.
It's like
Yep. Yup.
51.
Yeah, 51% sexist. You sexist piece of shit.
According to democracy, you're the worst human being
You
alive.
Adolf Hitler, you.
Wait, what was that game?
What percent
was
of a
that?
sexist are you?
What was what game?
No,
What?
the game that had all the numbers, had all the politics.
Oh, that. Okay, hang on. Give me a moment.
Also, by the way, Pipsqueak, 4 minutes. Your speedrun took 4 minutes.
Yes.
This is filteries. It's like a political quiz in reverse. Like you sort of construct the your ideal government.
Oh, hey, 9
Which is
o'clock. I
so-
gotta go.
what do you
See
do?
you guys.
What do you
Been
do?
great.
Yeah, I think this is a good place to end the stream.
All right, see you then. Huh?
I think this is a good place to end the stream. No, I think I might use this. I might actually make a video about this, and make myself like a complete and utter shitlord.
Minarchism.
Anyways, I'm gonna be heading out. Do you mind if I give myself a shout out?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. First off, I want to say it was a pleasure being with you, Marianne. It's always a pleasure being with you. You're always fun, even when you're on my streams. I am Sir Conservatarian. Be sure to check out my channel. I make awesome content. I'm sexy as always, and you guys are sexy if you come see my channel and subscribe to it. In the meantime, stay awesome and be sexy.
Bye. Good night.
All the cool kids are left though.
Oh damn.
I
And
just
now we
want to like
got
do some shots fired like at the fucking like YouTube and caps, man. Like the only one I know like who knows theory is like esoteric entity. He's like the only one that I see that knows theory. He's actually like informs himself. Like all the other like ancaps, like even like Dapperton, Hoodie, who's this Anarchy Ball. Is that Dapperton like he was in the past Anarchy Ball? I don't fucking remember. Whatever. Like all these guys, like I just no offense, dudes, but like I can see that you don't read treatises. Like you just like I don't know where you get your info from, but it's not very reliable. Like really, that's what I feel. Like you don't have a like solid foundation, although you should.
How about Shane Killian?
Hmm.
How about Shane Killian? What do you think of him?
Same. I think same, but I may be wrong. It's only speculation. Just saying.
I think Shane has a solid foundation.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he. Whatever. Have you watched any of his videos?
One or two maybe. So that's why I'm like not that sure, and not that sure about any of them actually. Just how I feel, really. No proof.
All right. Well, yeah, I love Shane Killian's videos, especially on what is it called again, where he calls basically people who advocate for minimum wage pseudoscientists. He calls them pseudoscientists. It's amazing. Love it.
They are.
They are, yeah. No, it's beautiful how he summed it up. Yeah,
but really,
like he goes into deep detail why they're pseudoscientists and all that stuff. Basically, they're going backwards just to prove it, or they're just punching right through it. And that's also why that's how I says, Democratic Socialist 01? Democratic Socialist 01, the guy who's just keeps destroying.
I can't understand what you're saying because my fucking earphones are shit.
Democratic Socialist 01.
Oh, I know this guy, yes.
Yeah, I would sum him up as a pseudoscientist as well.
I would sum up any mainstream economist as a pseudoscientist. Even, for example, what's his name? Milton Friedman is a pseudoscientist.
I don't know much about him. I only know about Hayek and
Hayek as well.
Why Hayek?
Yeah, I would say Hayek is kind of a pseudoscientist because he doesn't use the Misesian method. He's using more of a mainstream methods to construct theory, which is fucking invalid.
Okay then. Well, I thought Mises and what is it called again? And as far as I can tell from what I've read, it looks like they use a combination of like rational thought and empirical evidence.
Not really. Praxeology, like that's the method, like the foundation of Austrian economics, the Misesian tradition. Starts with the axiom of action, which is a synthetic a prioristic statement. That means that like it pertains to reality, but it's unfalsifiable. So like positivists just go niggerlicious, like bam, fucking blue screen. They can't do it. They can't like process that. Like you say just humans act. That's like in order to falsify that, like you would have to act. Therefore, humans act is an unfalsifiable statement, although it's true. And from there you start, like you. Discover deductively the law of marginal utility and stuff like that. But basically, you proceed deductively. Sometimes you add like additional assumptions, but mostly you proceed deductively. So yeah, that's how we do. To mainstream economists who like to use the physical method, as if human beings are like atoms, they don't give a shit. They're just like, oh my god, you're just believers, guys. Just sect of Mises. Some like church or some shit.
I don't know why. I don't know. Mises just came off. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Let's talk Mises.
Fine. I don't know.
Mises is great.
Yeah, Mises is pretty good. Yeah. I love
I
his
mean,
book
yo.
on socialism and all that. Just never.
Oh yeah, that's good.
No
That's
stone
good.
unturned.
Just fucking destroyed. Read Human Action, man. Yo.
All right, I just finished Money and Credit.
I don't know, man. That book fucking just changed my life like forever. Like it was a spiritual experience. I'm not even fucking like exaggerating.
Well, didn't anyway? Yeah, did Hayek like continue what Mises was doing?
No.
No.
Rothbard did.
Oh, Rothbard.
Yeah, Hayek. He was in a different tradition. That's why I'm like, no. They shouldn't be taken together. You could say they were both Austrians, but no, Hayek is not like Mises, like at all.
All right.
That's why he's like accepted in mainstream circles because he's like them more than Mises. Misesian tradition is just like marginalized as fucking mainstream like economics. Like they're rejected completely because they're positivists. But well, what do we know? Like we don't give a fuck. We know we're correct. Like one way or another, they're going down. We just know it. Play it like a long game, man. But yeah, this BuzzFeed shit was just excruciating. I'm sorry, everyone, but like, fuck. Like, why do we need to go through BuzzFeed shit again? Like, oh my god, let's repeat to each other like, the shit we all know. Thank you very much. We all know this.
Meh.
Maybe let's discuss something new.
Well,
Fuck.
they wanted to do that test thing, so
What?
they wanted to do that feminism test thing, so
Oh yeah.
and they did. They got it done. I wasn't bothered by it. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting cancer.
I don't know. I'd rather we examine like some like problems of like reasoning and like some arguments instead of like, oh, let's just bash SGWs. I'm like, how the fuck are we different to like Sargon and like the plebs?
Yeah.
Yo, it's just basic bitch shit. Come on, what the fuck? That's why I was so annoyed. I was like, are you fucking serious, guys? You're just gonna fucking... It's because basic bitch shit? Like, come on, what the fuck? Don't we have anything? Like, yeah? Like, maybe discuss like strategy, you know? Some shit like that, like some hardcore shit? No? Like, let's... Like, abortion's like 3 minutes and they'll be like, no, let's go back to boss feed. I fucking want to talk abortion. Fuck yeah. Like, I remember like talking to abortion like to Anarchy Ball. Or no, Hootie Demon. Like he makes good videos, okay, fine, but like holy fuck, I was like, I got like I was like saying no, like abortion to a certain extent is not like murder. And he's like no, it is like, and I'm like, okay, what's your argument? He's like, oh, you can't give me any counter argument. I'm like, of course I can't because I don't know what your argument is. He's like, ha ha ha, lol, you can't give me a counter argument. I'm like, dude, are you fucking like retarded? Like. I literally asked him like 3 times to give me the fucking argument. He's like, just whatever. Disappointing. Very disappointing.
Well, yeah, I understand why you feel that way. And
Shit.
And earlier in the YouTube chat, the commie kids returned. Only none of us let them in the stream. They just spammed the YouTube chat a while and you know, just bad mouth and leave their dislikes, and then they left.
Oh, anti-ACAB action. Oh, what up, boys? How you doing?
They're gone now.
Oh, that's good. Let's actually talk a little bit more, Marx. Again, this is inspired by Mises' book, Human Action. So, Marx's theory is like, basically, it's polylogism. In this case, economic class polylogism. What it means is like different like groups of people have different logic. So like proletariat has like pure and like pure and correct logic, and like capitalists have like flawed and like bad logic. How the fuck does he know it? He just does. Funny thing, he is not a proletarian, but yo, he's like a chosen one, so he can like he can't represent the interest of the working class, although he's a bourgeois. But yeah, he's a special guy. You know what I'm saying? This is just funny. Like, and the thing with just polylogisms, like all of them, like this one, Marxian or like racial, like of the Nazis and shit like that, like anything, they all just like declare this. Just like they apply this only to economics. That's like the reason why they have developed it to apply it to economics, and then they don't apply it anywhere else. Like, if a Jew develops like a rocket, holy fuck, Germans are gonna use it. Like, they're not gonna be like, oh my god, it's a Jewish science, invalid. No, they're gonna be like, oh fuck yeah, let's use this shit. Yeah. So really, it's just stupid. Like, but seriously, if some hardcore Marxist comes up to you and just starts arguing, you just tell him like, "What the fuck are you talking to me? Like, I'm a bourgeois, yo, dude. I have a different logic. You can't convince me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, or you haven't read Marx. Like,
Well, they
usually,
weren't
by the way,
interested in convincing me.
the problem with Marxists for themselves. I mean, for them. Like, when I was a Marxist, that was a problem as well. Like I just knew like nobody read Marx. Like nobody, literally nobody. And I don't want this to be a problem in the libertarian movement as well. Like in ANCAP, it's like nobody fucking reads books. Like just
Well,
like, oh, let's just come up with shit like on our own. Like, no, dude, like this shit was like figured out for you. Like, yo, just read a book. Like, yo, nothing wrong with that, huh?
Right.
Just yeah, like Trudeau Tom actually he's good with theory, but sometimes he's like misrepresenting the point. It's like, especially with natural rights, that's why SO slapped him in the ass.
Yeah.
He deserved it. He deserved it completely. But yeah. I also recommend it to SO like in the videos, so like in the future when he's like doing some like arguments and shit, like present some info, he includes like further information, like what do you continue, like, so, or for example, like natural rights, like, right, like where do I continue to read about that, like, and here you go, like Lysander Spooner or some shit, or like Judge Napolitano, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, somebody needs to name drop Mises Institute more. Mises.org, for fuck's sake. MISES.org. Go to that fucking website daily, bitch. Like, what the fuck? How can we in ANCAP and not go to Mises.org every day? What the fuck, man? I mean, like, yo. I guess that's, yeah. A short rant. Just really. That's why I don't watch any like channels like. Well, it's my problem. If somebody likes those channels, like, go fuck. Really, it's your problem. Your thing. But, like, I just don't like those channels. Like YouTube ANCAP like thing. It's like the shtick is just like like it's as if you don't go to like deep enough. Like, yo, come on, man. You could like, let's just stop here, like real basic shit level. I'm like, yo, come on. Fucking Dave Smith goes into more depth in his fucking podcast. He rambles. He doesn't even write a script, and he can fucking write a script and go into depth. What the fuck, dude? Come on. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm done shitting on my fellow ANCAPs for now.
I'm sure you got something else to rant about later.
Am I?
Hmm.
I feel you. Oh, you're talking Robot Agorist. Are you talking about like the lack of depth? Really, the depth, like if you want it, like real fucking like hardcore shit, Mises Media channel, or like Tom Woods show. Oh yeah, let's do name drops. What the fuck? Nobody promotes the podcast. What the fuck? Tom Woods show, that's good shit. Scott Horton show, foreign policy, good shit. Part of the problem, Dave Smith, good shit. The Lava Flow, real good shit. What else do we got? School sucks. Fucking good shit. Like
Yeah,
self improvement shit. Like
podcasts. I've looked
fucking
into
School
them.
sucks. It's so good. It's so good. It's one of the best. Fucking good. What else we got? Let's see what I got on my phone. Yeah, we need to fucking do that. For fuck's sake. Blog.libertarianism.org. Oh, I'm sorry. Blog.libertarianism.club. I misspoke.
Cool.
That's my shit. Pathetic shit, but whatever.
And some of my favorite ANCAPs that I like to check up on every now and then. Rika, the hopeful voluntarist. She's stopped by in the YouTube chat. Sometimes.
Yeah,
her channel's pretty good. She usually does like short.
Who again? Who again?
Rika, the hopeful voluntarist. RICA.
No, I saw that one.
Yeah.
Can you send me on Twitter? I'll check it out.
Yeah, she has Twitter. Hold on.
Just send me.
She also has Twitter. I'll DM you.
I mean, send me the link on Twitter. Whatever. I don't know the guy's names, but this guy who had the horns on the avatar, what's his name? Whatever. I like his reaction when I called him out. I was like, just like.
Yeah, ANCAP Warlord. He's a new ANCAP YouTuber. Get to
like,
see
you know
more
what?
from him.
You know what's the problem? Like, the reason why I'm so like critical is not just like, oh, like some newbies can't into shit. No, like, I mean, yo, come on. I've read Mises in July. And I'm already like very compared to like most of libertarians in my area and like basic bitch libertarians on like Twitter and fucking YouTube, I'm better than them. Equipped, I mean, not in like character or whatever. I mean, like, I know more shit. I know more shit about libertarianism and like stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck were you doing? Like, you were making videos, but like, where's your learning? Like, why don't you have anything to show for it? Like, what the fuck, dude? Come on, get your shit together. Like, just as a like, it's not like, oh, you're such a bad person. I mean, like, get better. Like, just get fucking better. Come on, you can do it. It's not hard.
Well, it's like, you know, if you're gonna put yourself into an argument, you just want to know what you're talking about.
What?
Or don't put yourself in a situation where you just can't win.
What do you mean?
Well, like if you put yourself in an argument where you just have no idea what you're talking about.
You mean I don't know what I'm talking about right now?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, anyone out there in general, just if you put yourself in don't put yourself in a argument that you have no idea whatever the opponent is talking about.
Oh, so you mean like educate yourself so you know more shit?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah. I just didn't understand what you're saying. Yeah, cool. Oh, Contractor Krugman is a good podcast as well. Very relevant to U.S. listeners.
Oh, Contra Krugman.
Yeah, Contra Krugman. Bob Murphy and
some
Tom
of
Woods.
Some of the podcast out. Yeah, it's good.
It's good stuff. What else they got?
Tom Woods.
Tom Woods is fucking good. Lions of Liberty, good shit. By the way, I also like the Men's Raiders podcast called Free Man Beyond the Wall.
Free Man Beyond the Wall. Yeah, he's
Men's
good.
Raider is fucking cool. He's the fucking best dude.
Yeah.
Chillest shit.
He even has his own book out.
Yeah, I know. Freedom through memedom.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
It's shit. Yeah. I haven't read it.
Yeah.
I believe it's good. I don't care. I have more shit to read.
Yeah,
I got re-listening to Mises.
Read now.
But really, just the thing with like libertarians, like generally, like again, as a Marxist, like they get into like basic stuff, but then they don't like continue the education. And I'm like, why are you stopping? What's the problem? Grab a fucking like the books are for free, dude. Like, Mises.org. Grab that shit, read it, like, or listen to it in your fucking car. The audiobooks, man.
Yeah.
Study guides, like.
I've listened to
fucking-
yeah. I usually just listen to what's his name again? Frederick Bastiat. Well, I've actually
He's good.
finished doing him.
He's good. He's good. But he's
Yeah,
like
Bastiat's
introductory.
good.
He's introductory, but he's good.
Yeah, and then what is I also listened to someone else. Well, I finished doing Mises Money and Credit, and then I did what is it again? Well, I've read Star Wars books, and obviously I've read books on Austrian economics, Economics in One Lesson by Henry Hazlitt. I've read so many.
Economics in One Lesson is like Bastiat stuff, but like
no, Henry
repackaged.
Hazlitt. Well,
No, I mean like I know. I'm just saying, Economics in One Lesson is like Bastiat's like law. I think that's what it's called. But just repackaged for like 20th century.
I've also seen a lot of Shane Killian's videos on economics as well, and he's pretty good.
Maybe. Give me one. Like, should be on Twitter, whatever. DTLuna_.
All right. Well, whatever. I'll link you to some of Shane Killian's videos later.
I mean, I'm subscribed to him. I just don't know like what's good.
Well,
if he has
his
any good,
his video on first principles
on what?
and property rights. That's one of my
Oh.
favorites by Shane.
Maybe good. Maybe good.
Mine was the one on Great Depression. That he whatever. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, FDR saved stopped the Great Depression." No, he didn't at all. He in fact continued it for 5 years.
And I started reading a book by one of the people who opposed the New Deal legislation. I'm still reading it.
Wait a sec. 5 years? I thought 10.
Somewhere around there, 5 to 10 years.
Dude, he became president 34. He prolonged it to the end of the war. It's 10 years.
Jeez.
People who say 5,
I
they
was
believe
not
that
impressed.
the war
He forgot with his
less.
minimum wage thing, he forgot to count labor costs, and whatever.
But no, what I'm saying is like people who say 5 years, they imply that the war got the United States out of the depression, which is a fucking ridiculous statement. Like, how the fuck would it? Like, just come on. Kidding me? How the fuck would it? Like, it's just ridiculous. Tom Woods had like a good lecture on that. On, like different like military spending and shit like that. Yeah. See, basic bitch shit like just got physically removed. And now we're talking like real shit. That's good. Well, I mean, if Shane Killen is like talking about like Great Depression, like, oh, cool. I'll acknowledge that. Cool, great. I didn't know about that, so yeah. I remember there was like a video collab that Hoodie did with Trudell Tom, I think, yes, on like socialism, like not real socialism, or not, was it?
No,
yeah, I think it was Trudell
Karl
Tom and
Marx.
Hoodie. Yeah.
Karl Marx or Marxism.
Whatever. It was like not real socialism. That was like the video. It was good, pretty good. They had a real good analysis of the Paris Commune and the Spanish Commune. Real good. But yeah, there's a new book by Rothbard out called The Progressive Era, and you motherfuckers should fucking read that shit or listen to it. It's good.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. Very informative. It's like this guy with the horns. I don't remember what his name. Like, Voltaire's conservative or something? What's his name?
Voltaire's consumer.
And the guy with the skull.
Oh, Sir Conservatarian.
Oh, I think you confused them. I think conservatarian. That's conservatarian. Okay, so conservatarian is like, oh, look at them, like Dems. They be like racist and stuff. And just this is like the line that I've seen on like the PragerU shit, like as if like the parties stayed the same when actually they like changed their like the party system changed like 5 times. It's like at the beginning, the Republican Party was like the Puritan Party, is like of great moral ideals and shit, and the Democrat Party was like the laissez-faire party. And then at the election of 1896, shit went down basically, and what happened is that the third party system transformed into the fourth one, which is characterized by dominance of the Republicans and Democrats being the basic just bitch. The reason why, because Democrats got captured by Puritans, like pietist Puritans, and the Republican Party just got like moderate statist. So and they attracted more people, so they like just stomped like Democrats all the time. Like the only time the Democrats won was Woodrow Wilson when the Republican Party was split between like Morgan and what was the other guy? Morgan and shit. The oil guy, what's his name? Fuck. Rockefeller interests, thank you. Yes. So they were split. So that's why Wilson won. But yeah. The thing is, like, all three presidents of the progressive era hated each other, but they were the members of the same movement. And the same like goes for FDR. He hates Hitler, he hates Mussolini. Well, actually, he didn't hate Mussolini. He was actually very friendly with him, but he hated Hitler for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Although he was a racist himself very much. So, like, eugenics, as I said, came from US to Germany, not the other way around. In the 30s, like all the like academia and shit like that, like court intellectuals and like respectable opinion was like, yeah, eugenics is a science. And that actually, this crisis, like why this like pseudoscience captured everybody and like why the statism was like so fucking like rampant. Positivism took over. Legal positivism, so they created a shit ton of laws and like, oh yeah, whatever, what the government says is law. And secondly, logical positivism, so they could just that's where the thing with eugenics comes from. And also there's just stupid economic ideas just out of nowhere. But basically it gives you justification again, as I said. Like if you say, oh, any law could be falsified. I literally heard from a person like on libertarianism, the club. I was talking to like dudes, and this moron told me that there is a way that the law of supply and demand could be falsified, and I'm like, yo, dude, how the fuck? And he's like, oh, because it's science. Like it's just science, yo, man. Like everything's falsifiable. It's science. He just repeated to me, and I'm like, yo, no, wait a sec. He even acknowledged that human action is like a real thing. It's like unfalsifiable. But he's like, no. Anyway, still, like, even though human action is like unfalsifiable, I didn't go fuck. Supply and demand is falsifiable. And then this other dude comes, and he's like, oh, DT Luna just got fucking wrecked. Like he like said some pseudoscientific shit. It's like some lunatic shit. And I'm like, ha, come at me, bro. I'm a god of synthetic a priori. I'm gonna smack your ass, nigga. I fucking did. He didn't respond to me because I fucking smacked him. Just like bam. Like he says, oh no, like everything scientific is falsifiable, but yes, there is like a fact of reality that you exist. But then he's like, no, but that doesn't tell you anything about reality. I was like, no, wait a sec. If you don't know, like you're like unsure, like, do I exist? Like you're like unsure, and then you're like, oh, okay, I do. That's a fucking knowledge. So what the fuck? It is knowledge about real world. Shut up. They're like, yo, positivism is so easy to debunk. Just you need to be like more, again, more, let's say, confident in like in your position. You just need to know it. Like usually, the people who try to argue with you, like, well, if you take the Misesian position, like when they argue with you, they don't fucking know what your position is, because they have never like thought it through, like the counter argument. They just throw, oh, you're religious, you're a believer, like you just believe into it. I'm like, present arguments, logic, this and that, and they just like recite the dogma. They really recite the dogma. They just say, all sciences have to be falsifiable, when it's not the case. Some sciences are falsifiable, some are not. That's the correct position. But yeah, I repeat myself. For me, it was not a surprise that I was a socialist when I was a positivist.
Oh.
Like, not a surprise. Like, now I look into it and I'm like, no surprise. Absolutely no surprise. I was a socialist, like 100%. Again, because of the mechanistic view on the society. That's why. So it's really dangerous. You guys have anything to say?
I'm
on Twitter.
What made you change from socialist to libertarian to?
I have written a fucking autobiography yesterday because I'm a narcissist about that.
Mhm.
So I was like, so Mens Raider told me that he's like, oh, considering to take me, like, to interview me because of holy shit, NCAP in Belarus, what the fuck? And like, not just any, like yo, hardcore shit. I'm like, yeah, bitch. He's like, yeah. So anyway, let's see. What do I have written here? So like around 10th, 11th grade, I was like, so I stumbled upon the Zeitgeist movement. You know these guys? Peter Joseph, all that shit, like the Venus Project. You know? Yeah. I unfortunately got sucked into that shit. But the reason again is like they had some truth because they were exposing like some shit that the U.S. government did, but like some fucked up shit. So, well, also I'm still Fedora, still an atheist, so I was like into Dawkins a little bit, and Harris, all these guys. So by being subscribed to Dawkins' channel in like at the end of 15, I stumbled like there was a guest video by Armin Skeptic, so I went to his channel. Then I saw the video with like Sargon, so I went to Sargon's channel, and then at the end of like 2015, so there was like Cologne attacks in Germany, so I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I was like really pissed off by SGW shit. So I started watching like some Sargon stuff, and I stumbled upon Liberal Ideas series, which is a good one. Sargon doesn't follow those, although ha. So anyway, it helped me a little bit to like move away from my communism and like liberal socialism, if you want to say. Like, I mean, I was like, yeah, freedoms, but like freedom is socialism. Is like, nope. So then, like, the next stage I would say was Rubin Report, when Sargon was interviewed by Dave Rubin. So I went to his show, and over the course of like summer and autumn. So in autumn, I got converted to like a small government libertarianism, let's say, by Mark Pellegrino, the dude. He's like the founder of the Capitalist Party. Then even further by Yaron Brook. He's the president of the Ayn Rand Institute. And then I just started to like go for like libertarian content. So libertarianism.org and the Cato Institute, they were like the first guys I discovered. So the Free Thoughts podcast was really valuable.
Good.
So through them, a lot of my like learning, like just I did a lot of learning through them basically. So like in December 2016, I was like talking to my friends. I remember like this moment in the chat. I was like, okay, guys, I'm watching this video with like David Friedman explaining anarcho-capitalism. So you gotta backtrack a little bit. So I remember sitting with a friend in my living room watching the Rubin Report with the guy T, and I was like, yeah, libertarianism is all good, but like ANCAP, nah, man, that's too crazy. That was me. And he was like a little bit laughing. So he's like, because he observed all my like transformation. It was funny. I had a Marxist friend, so yeah. But yeah, we're not friends anymore. We don't interact, but yeah. He's not really a pleasant guy. He's okay, but he's just like a little bit like likes to drink too much. Let's say that. So anyway, so in December 2016, I decided like, okay, let's watch this video of like David Friedman explaining ANCAPs, like how do you fucking privatize those like 3 things, man. And I was like watching it, like it's like a 40-minute lecture on like, the libertarianism.org channel, and holy fuck, like through half of it I was like, guys, I'm converted. I'm an ANCAP now. I was like, holy fuck. So really 2016 is just crazy. Like you started as a liberal socialist and as an ANCAP, not Austrian, but pretty good. At the end of it, so since I became an ANCAP, I was like, okay, I need some ANCAP podcast. And I also got into podcasting in 16. I listened to some Harris a little bit, but then I get disgusted, especially towards the end of the elections. It was disgusting. I listened to some No Agenda podcast, but I abandoned that too because I don't like that perspective. But I discovered Lava Flow, ANCAP Barbershop, Lava Flow, School Sucks, that good stuff.
Yeah.
And through them, I discovered the Mises Institute, and also through libertarianism.org, they didn't talk too much about Rothbard. I learned about Rothbard from Lava Flow podcast, thelavaflow.com. That's the podcast. But libertarianism.org, 3 Thoughts podcast, they mentioned Mises a lot, like Hayek. So I read Hayek, wrote to sort of listen to it. It was good, liked it. But then I'm like, okay, time to like check out Mises. And I fucking dived into human action. I was like, damn, I didn't know where it was diving to. It felt like, yo, spiritual experience, like damn, like I just like was listening. I was like, I knew like no, fuck, the life is never again. Like it's just what it was before. I will never come back to it.
Not the same again. There's no turning back.
Never, fucking never. And it was good. It felt real good. I was like, holy fuck, this guy's right. It's like, holy shit. It's like he fucking is. And but it just to me, the kind of like I just like radical positions because of like, I like to be in the minority, but that's correct. I don't give a fuck. It's like everybody like around me, the majority in the peer-reviewed community, the academia, whatever the fuck you call them, they can be just have some idea they see, they think it's correct. But I'm like, nope. I have logic on my side. I don't give a fuck about what you think.
Yeah.
It's observable individually. I don't give a fuck about peer reviews, you fuckers. So, and at that time, I just like started preparing my gnoseological knives to throw at them. So, some Mises, Rothbard, all that stuff, just started flowing. Yeah. Also, through School Sucks, I discovered the Mises Institute. It was good. I started listening to Tom Woods again through School Sucks. It was very useful podcast, very useful. The name drops, like, I mean, name drops are fucking useful. Like, you don't even know how much, like, how much, like, usefulness and, like, value they bring, like, seriously.
Yeah, it's a good idea for us to, like, share, like, who influenced us, who helped us open our minds, and to want to learn more.
Yeah. But yeah, what was the hell? Let's see.
I know Larkin Rose. He was on the School Sucks podcast.
Who?
Larkin Rose.
Oh, Larkin Rose is good, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, he's
very good. Very good.
First opened my mind up. That's how the whole ANCAPs thing started for me, was with him.
Interesting. But I actually learned that Chicago and like Austrian schools are different by seeing this debate between like Bob Murphy and David Friedman. But I didn't know, like, okay, guys, now I need to learn like what the fuck is this, like Austrian school, like what is it? So that's why I decided to read Mises. Come on, no regrets, no fucking regrets. It's good shit.
Yeah,
good fucking shit. But basically, since then, I started reading like other shit. So Man Economy State, read that. Went a little bit through the progressive era. Read a shit ton of articles, just crap ton. What else did? The Seeds of Infamy, the one about the Pearl Harbor. It was a good book, a fucking good book. Ethics of Liberty. I still haven't checked it out. I should. What else? What else? Yeah, I really should check out more. But the most important ones I have checked out already. So like the biggest two, and then just go through them once again now, so that I can like have a more solid foundation. And again, like you read Mises and you just notice some things you didn't notice the first time you read it. Like I definitely did this time. Like it was good. It's good again. But like right now, I'm just fascinated more like the complete structure of like libertarian social theory, like how it comes together. Like you have economics, you have ethics, you have all that stuff, and like it all just points into the direction of voluntary interaction. Like you have so many arguments, like anything, pick anything, fucking anything.
Yeah.
You have immorality, you have illogical, like it's illogical, it's inconsistent, it's economic and economically inefficient. It's like fucking like just doesn't leave like anything standing. It's like, yo, state cannot calculate this shit. It's cancer. Like whatever they do it worse than if
brain cancer.
3 people did. Yeah. Like seriously, if a state, even like if they were angels, they still like if they extorted stuff, they still wouldn't be efficient. Like even angels wouldn't be efficient.
Yeah.
So yeah. By the way, really good lecture that sometimes when I'm like on some good stuff, if you know what I'm saying, gets me like almost crying. Sometimes it's just crying, just not almost, but crying. The state is too dangerous to tolerate by Robert Higgs. Robert Higgs is a fucking hero.
He's great. Awesome.
He's fucking good. He also wrote the article about the Great Depression, the war. Good one, really good one. He also had a couple articles about why classical liberalism is compared to anarcho-capitalism. Well, the state is too dangerous to tolerate is like a, let's say, a remix of that, basically. Like classical liberal ideology is utopian, as is minarchism. Like they're utopian. Like how the fuck are you like? Come on, guys! You have a legitimate monopoly on violence. How the fuck are you gonna going to contain it? Like, come on. That's not how human nature works. Like, come on, dude. If I can abuse people, I fucking will. And, like, if not me, then some psychopath will. That's how the incentive structure works. Excuse me for my fucking cough. I'm sick.
Understand. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, I will. I will go to a doctor today. Phew. Yeah. But the thing with like Mises, like it's just such a profound change in like how I look at things. Like, even like, I mean, like sex, like legit, no joke. Like how do humans do it, and like how animals do it, like completely different things.
Yeah.
Like like for animals, you can just define it like physically, like the way the bodies move. Like for human beings, it's like all sorts of fucking like.
Yeah, it's
basically like you just need to know, like it's like language the same. Like language is like if you don't know the meaning, it's just gibberish. You don't understand what it is. So yeah, and same with that. Just our interactions, they're filled with meaning, with like goals. That's our nature as human beings. And again, like all of human beings have this. Like there is no just like some like undeveloped tribe in like I don't know some islands, whatever. No, they still think in terms of ends and means, just like any other human being does.
Yeah,
they all do. Yeah. The problem I have with like psychology, sociology, really, they reject this. They just throw away the most important part of like human beings, like choice. Like, come on, how the fuck are you gonna study like human beings as like human beings, not like animals, like social beings? Throw away choice.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, it just makes no sense to me.
It
that's
doesn't
that's
make
what they do.
either.
That's why. By the way, when was that fucking like thing with like 70% of unrepeatability of like social experiments, like sociological data? Like 70%. That's a fucking outrage. But what did the academic priesthood class say? Oh, it's all good. It's all fine. Fine. It's all good. That's how it works, guys. It's all good. It's like 70%. Like, you can't even like repeat the experiment, but they'll be like, whatever. Even put by their fucking accounts. If you ask Mises or me, I agree with them completely. Like, it's 100%. You can't fucking repeat experiments on human beings in the field of action. Like, you cannot. We have reasoning, man. Like, in order to repeat the experiment, you would have to put my reason back in time or some shit. It's like, yo. But yeah. All this psychology again, like, they never formulate the methodology. This is just disgusting. Like, how can you do science and not even think about that? Yeah.
Yeah, pseudoscience. Yeah, there's this one commenter who tried to argue that self-ownership could be understood through mind-body dualism.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that's what I said.
So, what does it mean? Like, how? I'm interested. The mind-body dualism, I know it's like the Platonic shit, but whatever. Like, how did he?
Well,
how did he argue?
He argued that that self-ownership could be only understood through mind-body dualism, and that philosophers were abandoning that philosophical principle, and there's
But why?
empirical evidence to prove it. And he linked me to an article that had nothing to do with self-ownership. It was just like a pseudo-science article about consciousness, neuroscience.
Oh, neuroscience is not about consciousness. It's about neurons. It's about brain. I hate when people say like this against physicalism. It's against it's like positivism just creeping in. Like, you reduce consciousness to brain when you shouldn't do that. It's like reducing I don't know, reducing Google Hangouts to fucking hard disks. Really. That's how it sounds to me. As
By
a
the way,
programmer, I just.
Yeah, sorry.
What?
Okay. Say.
Oh yeah. By the way, the commies are slandering SO again.
Not surprised.
They're calling Jason Unruh, Maoist Rebel News, a slanderous piece of shit. He is calling SO a pedophilic
Furry. Yeah, I've heard about that. And the commie kids are trying to slander.
That's true.
Whatever.
Jason Unruh, if you can see this stream, you are a piece. You're a piece of shit. You know that, right? You commies right there are all a bunch of fucking slanderous piece of shits. Fuck you, seriously. Fuck you. Hate slander. Fuck them.
Grab a
Maoist Rebel News.
Grab a rope. Grab a rope and kill yourself.
Yep, kill yourself.
I'm not gonna be subtle. Kill yourself.
Yep, fucking kill you. Anyone who slanders like that, Jason Unruh, kill yourself. Really.
Yeah. But yeah, SO is a furry faggot though.
What the hell does the matter with these people? What the hell?
They're sick.
Yeah.
They filled with just this like anger and hatred.
Resentment?
I don't know.
Oh, they're too.
I don't want to use that word.
They're either too autistic to understand a shit post, or they are just desperate. So they're just using, since they lost the argument, they're just using slander now and being pieces of shit about losing.
That's how they always proceed, because of, again, as I said, logical. Oh, I'm sorry, polylogism. They just say, "Oh, you're a capitalist. That's why you're wrong."
Yeah.
Well, they've gone even further than that now.
I mean, like a hardcore Marxist would argue like that, but they prefer to use logic for some reason. I don't know why. As do as do postmodernists, which is like fucking bizarre to me. It's like, come on, dude, you don't believe in like meaning and truth, and you use logic, nigga. What? Get the fuck out of here, boy. But anyway, any Marxists come at me, motherfucker. I'll kick your ass, nigga. I live in a fucking post-USSR country. I'll kick your fucking ass. I have some stories about USSR from my parents and fucking grandmas.
Well, not only do I have a Martini Henry rifle, I have a Martini Henry rifle, so come at me.
Oh, I wish I had a rifle, man. Fuck.
It's got huge bullets.
Fuck yeah. No, I wish I had a handgun. Handgun's good stuff.
I also have a modified M1911 with like 20 bullets.
Good shit.
2045 ACP bullets, so it's perfect for close quarters.
I've never shot at like a proper gun. Fuck. Regret it completely. Yeah. But I'm not like, I thought to like go to New Hampshire some time ago. I was like, then I'm like, no, fuck it. I don't want to go to US. No, fuck this. US is a fucking police state, and like,
sorry?
US is a police state, and it's hard to immigrate there. So I'm like, no, fuck it. I'd rather go to Hong Kong.
Anyway, as I was about to say, is that also if I can get to my buddy in time, he has like a shit ton of guns, and he's in the black market. He has a shit ton of them.
No, that's good. That's good.
And he has some experimental weapons too. Shit.
Ooh, lasers.
I have no idea how the fuck he came across them. I asked him, and he's like, "It's secret." How the fuck did you come across all these?
It's like if you ask me, like, how do you stay like awake at night? Like, although it's like 6 o'clock, almost 7 in your time zone, my answer is secret. But you can guess, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, like whatever. I can if I go over to him, I got like a whole like FAL to myself. Or
how
foul.
Did you become like those motherfuckers?
Yeah, well, he has a ton of guns. He has like battle rifles. He has fucking.
My question was not about guns, man.
Sorry.
My question was, how did you become an ANCAP? Like all of you guys, how did you become ANCAPs?
How did I become ANCAP? Well, first it was I was watching others, the Rational Skeptic trademark channels.
Mm-hmm.
And then, one of the videos had Mr. Dapperton. He was known as Anarchy Ball at the time, and it was right when Mr. Dapperton was beginning. He was like at 2,000 subscribers or something, or before that. And he like whatever. And I started watching some of his videos. I think my first video of watching Dapperton was the one where he responded to Amazing Atheist on socialism and capitalism and all that. Where basically Dapperton stomped on Amazing Atheist. It's not that hard.
Yeah. I mean,
TJ Kirk, he was not that bright to begin with.
TJ, I was like, I just watched a little bit of his. I was like, oh my god, how does anyone listen to this guy? He's so stupid. It's like, yo, like ignorance just fucking you sniff it. Like, how the fuck?
Well, like I remember watching this one video against like feminism or whatever, where they say like everything is rape, and arguing against feminism and all that stuff, like as SO points out, or social justice or whatever in general, it is just so easy to pick apart because of all the contradictions and all that. Just so easy goes into. And like, he like TJ, he doesn't even argue this one video where they say basically everything is rape. He doesn't make an argument. He just mocks them.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. You just feel like, oh, I'm so good. I'm so superior. Because look how stupid they are.
Like, then, okay, I like the mockery.
I'm a rationalist. I'm free from politics. I don't have any convictions. Radical centrist.
Yeah, I see the SJW community as grown-up kids.
I mean, I don't even care about them.
Kids that never wanted to become miserable adults or something like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about SGWs. They're pathetic. They're like
they're done now. They're done. They've lost all their
They've
steam.
done.
The real fucking enemies, the real fucking problem is the mainstream media. The mainstream, especially the court intellectuals. Those motherfuckers are hard. So that's why you should sharpen your swords. That's what you should learn.
Yeah.
So that you can take on these cunts. Like, I can take Krugman on. I can fuck him over. I can't already. Krugman still is easy, but I can. And really, like, if you learn the epistemological and like gnosiological justifications of praxeology and why physical, the method of physics doesn't work in economics, you can take like almost any mainstream economist and destroy them.
Yeah, whatever. I hate Paul Krugman the most. Oh my god, he's just ugh.
he fucking contradicts himself, man. He's like Ezra Klein was like just listen to Contra Krugman. Like I'm not gonna spoil it. Just listen to Contra Krugman, you'll fucking love it. Like,
yeah.
I actually knew a guy like in like our local like communities on like Telegram, like Russian. So and he was like a Keynesian in the Austrian group. It's like Telegram for Austrian economics, and he was like a Keynesian there. He's like, so I thought I was insulting him, so I said, "Oh, you were like Krugman." He's like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, "Yo, dude, that was an insult." He's like, "No, thank you very much." He's like Nobel laureate and shit. It's like, that's very honorable. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy smoking?
I'd rather be any other economist than Krugman, to be honest. I might even want to be. I'd rather be Keynes himself. Honestly,
Keynes was better than Krugman, man. Holy fuck!
Oh my god, yes. Jeez.
No, Keynes was kind of bad, but I mean Krugman is worse. Like Keynes is not that bad as Krugman. Come on, like seriously though.
Well, Keynes was bad already as it was, but like if you just grab if basically Krugman is what happens if you grab Keynes and put AIDS in it.
Oh yeah, Keynes would fucking like just like be in horror and like shock over like what neo-Keynesians did. It was like he would be fucking like, whoa, what the fuck?
He was already bad enough as it was. Like he praised Hitler on his economic policies.
Well, come on, that's not how you justify his bad.
Well, no, that's not one. That's one problem with him.
Oh yeah, like just personally, but not with his economics, of course. But yeah.
Well, of course, it also, as explained in Trudell Tom's videos, he also is the economist that literally says saving your money is a bad idea.
Oh yeah. It's like that's literally him. It's like he's very on like consumption. That's why all the like central banks, like the Fed, for example, as well, they have like low interest rates, so you don't save, you take more loans, so you more like spend more. Also inflationary policy, so that you again save less, spend more right now.
He also forgets labor costs on a lot of his things, and also what is it again? There's more to it than that. Frig. Oh yeah, GDP. Oh my god.
Well, Trudeau Tom again. He had a good point, but he didn't get like he got a good shit. He has made a good counterpoint, but he didn't make the good point, just like positive point.
Yeah,
because he was like, "Oh, I like high operationalism." I'm like, "Nah, fam, Misesianism, nigga, that's the shit." And again, Trudeau Tom makes a lot of errors, as Esso showed.
Yeah, Trudell Tom, he's fine. I don't mind him. He's just, I don't know.
Actually, I have a lot of issues with like his pushing like this conservative like agenda. It's like, oh, look at this picture. That like this is beauty itself. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't give a fuck about that picture. Huh? And he's like, this video of pornography was so bad, just so bad.
Guess so. Whatever.
He was like, let me just remember. Maybe I remember correctly, but I think I do correctly.
So he was like, "Oh, don't watch pornography because you'll want women that are not realistic." And I'm like, does this guy know what porn I watch? Like, the girls in porn I watch just they give good head. That's all. All like really specific about them. Like they don't look too like fake, you know. Like they look like just like girls you would meet on the fucking street, just with good makeup and shit. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
And
well,
again, he's just like, it's like it depends on your attitude, really. Like, what do you want? Like, why do you go and watch that thing? Like, what do you do with it? For me, it's just a way to not be swayed by women that I don't want to associate with. Again, just watching some fucking video, it's like it's not a big commitment for me. I just like can wank off and just forget about it, but be serious about relationships. So actually, porn helps me to be serious about relationships. So his fucking thesis is just bull fucking shit. Although he's correct about casual dating, that shit is bad. Well, for me, I would fucking do it. Never. I'd feel very fucking hurt. I don't know. If I just like have a relationship with a woman that doesn't mean anything to me, I feel like I've like just wasted like something, like just some energy or some shit. I feel drained, kind of like that. Empty. I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? It's kind of this question. Yeah.
sorry.
Hmm?
What? Oh, but never mind. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to finish the story of how I became an ANCAP, but yeah, then I found Dapperton, crushing TJ, crushing TJ Kirk, and well, it was actually several videos that got me into Dapperton. So it's just whatever. Dapperton was my first guy. He was basically the first guy I came into, as most ANCAPs are. Then I found Shane, which I loved his videos. Honestly, they're the only thing. They're some of the few videos that are actually intellectually stimulating that I've ever seen. And then came along Hoodie Demon, and then through Hoodie Demon, I found SO. I think. Yeah,
I think I found Essa before Hoodie.
I found well, yeah, well, I found him through the video they did where how was the guy Secular Talk loves authoritarian healthcare video?
Uh-huh.
It wasn't called that. Kyle Kowitsky, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Loves authoritarian healthcare, but whatever. I found SO through that video, and then whatever. I didn't think much of SO at first, but then the more I started watching him and watching him, I began to, well, yeah, I liked his videos. They're stimulating, almost as good as Shane's.
I really like Esso's videos. Really do. He makes like a short point, but real like fucking bullseye.
Yeah.
That's why I like Shane. I don't know. What should I watch?
From Shane?
Yeah, so I like don't feel that
definitely his one on first principles and on property rights.
How's it called? Intro to Anarcho-Capitalism?
No. Hold on.
I think it's actually just called Property Rights and First Principles.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
And there's I think well, I also recommend you watch the minimum wage thing. It's short, but it's a sweet video. And also his video on the Great Depression.
No. I want hardcore shit. Minimum wage is pussy shit. Great Depression is hardcore.
All right, and there's also he also other videos where he talks about the U.S. presidents, if they're anti-government or not, and non-surprisingly, none of them are.
One.
Not a single one. Only like one that he counted out of like how many that have existed.
Well, I'm going.
Oh, Republican presidents. Republican.
Republican presidents. One president against the government. No surprise, because the Republican Party was a statist party.
and it was
Yeah,
always
they're both statists, both Democrats and Republicans.
Well, they're just
yeah.
Republicans just pretend to be and grow slowly. They just pretend to be this thing.
Anyway, let's do this. First principles. I'll just search on his video, or let's do the Great Depression. Great Depression. I mean, if I'm proven wrong, and it's like I thought he's worse than he actually is, I'll say, yeah, I'll acknowledge that. I have no problem. Give him credit. I mean, what the fuck? 8 years ago. Holy shit. 8 years. You serious? How old is this guy? By the way, is Chris this guy? He sounds like him.
Well, I also love his newest videos on Sam Cedar. Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
How much of a dishonest prick Cedar is. Oh, God.
I don't even know who this guy is, and I don't want to know.
Watch his whole Sam Cedar series. He tears apart how dishonest Cedar is. He'll give you an introduction on him.
I mean, I don't know who this guy is. He's not important to my life, I guess, then. If I don't know.
All right.
I mean, it's for you Americans to worry. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's, Sorry?
I mean, I'm not American, so I don't give a fuck about him.
Okay, then.
No. This other guy. Whatever his name is. Fuck. I tell you what, guys, by the way, follow people from the Mises Institute, and don't be shy to message them. They reply. They actually do. Like, I got numerous replies from professors of the Mises Institute, like the senior fellows and shit. Like, I mean, I just like, oh, hey guys, I had like a dispute with Anarchy Ball a little bit, and I was like, so I summoned Peter Klein, Pierre Blonde, and Bob Murphy. All three answered.
Cool.
So, yeah. And fucking, I had a blast because, okay, I'm gonna find this quote because it was so good. It's such a good fucking quote from Peter Klein. He was like responding to Anarchy Ball. Okay, let me find it. Let me fucking find it.
Okay.
It's some super funny shit. Oh, I found it. Found it. Okay, here's the thread. Okay. Shit. Okay, let's see. Where's the original post? Shite. I can't find it. But basically, he was like responded to Anarchy Ball saying, "Oh, like I don't have the memeing skills, but yeah." I fucked it up. No, I need to find it because it's such a good quote. God damn. Supreme meme skills, something like that. Supreme meme skills. Supreme meme skills. Come on, find him a fucking timeline, bitch. Twitter, you're shit. Fucking useless. I can't even fucking search my timeline? What the fuck, nigga? What the fuck is that? Fuck that, man. Where the fuck am I supposed to find it? Okay, let's do this. Okay, meme. Just meme on Telegram because I remember posting it on Telegram. Oh yeah, found it. I fucking found it. Fuck yeah. Yeah, boys. Okay, I can't place this in chat because chat is shit for you guys, but not for the plebs in the chat. So suck my dick.
Okay.
Don't use YouTube, you fucker. This was good. I defer to your superior memeing skills, but for the first part, you could also just say price determined by what people are willing to pay and what the seller is willing to accept, all based on their voluntary choices.
But yeah, because the meme he presented, I was like, nah, man, that's not really Austrian stuff. He was like, oh, stop being pedantic. I'm like, nope, man. I mean, yo, if some fucking socialist or like some like mainstream motherfucker sees this and is like, it has a fallacy, they can refute. Like, they could just show the fallacy and be like, haha, you're wrong. So I don't need to listen to you. So to not give them any like way to just dismiss you, that's why you need to like kind of cover the weak spots. Yeah. Why did everyone leave so early? Is someone up in America?
Well, I guess they all had to do something.
Because Monday. Yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
Told you, not the very best day.
But you know, it's fine. They can stay. They stay a while and then they leave, and it's fine.
But they just like took over everything like real quick and just let's do BuzzFeed. I really was surprised that when I asked like who read Mises here, it's like nobody said yes, or like maybe one person, and I'm like, I mean, ask about human action, really. It's like, and nobody's like, yeah, sure. It's like, really, guys, really?
I know there's like one of the people that I follow on YouTube. It has like a chapter by chapter audiobook on it. I will have to get around to that. I'm still
the audiobook is on Mises Institute website as well.
Yeah, I check on the website from time to time on certain topics.
Yeah. I mean, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It had an article from Frank Chodorov about communism. Yeah. Oh, I remember what other book I read from Rothbard? The Betrayal of the American Right. That's a good one. That's a fucking good one. Very good book.
I heard the audiobook of Autonomy of the State. I thought that was good.
Yeah, and I'm able to say I need to check out this one as well. I don't know, Ethics of Liberty, just for the interest, because mainly I understand it already, like the natural ethics, but just it's not really hard. Like Austrian economics is harder. Like all the fucking like interest stuff, yeah, that's harder shit. Whoa.
Voltaire, for some reason, well, he says that it requires a genius to understand Keynesianism.
It requires no. It's pretty simplistic, actually. Very simplistic. Very simple, and I mean, yo.
And I said to him, even if it was, it's not really like it doesn't really make Keynesianism smart again, because again, if it just has like if it's just like if you have like a bunch of complex answers but they're all wrong, what's the point?
Yes, exactly. And that's actually how mainstream economists accuse us. Little do they know. Little do they know that they should look in the mirror.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, exactly. Like, little do they know that they should look in the mirror and be like, wait a second, guys. Our theories don't touch with the reality at all. Like, perfect information? What the fuck? This behaviorist shit? It's like, people don't behave like our models, like predict. Oh. Shit. So we should make them. Nudge them. That's the word they use. Nudge them. Ridiculous. Just fucking ridiculous.
Well, I guess I could summarize how I turned ANCAP. I sort of
Before
talked about on previous streams a couple of times. Well, let's see. First,
wait. Sorry. How old are you guys? I'm 22. Just youngster, fucking.
well, I'm not
whatever.
that much older. I'll be 34 on Wednesday.
Okay, and you, motherfucker? Darth bitch.
I
How
call
old are
her
you?
Darth bitch. So mean.
What?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I didn't hear. Like, what?
You're being so mean to me. Why are you so mean? I'm joking.
Sono. Eto. Confused as fuck.
What?
I'm confused. I don't fucking know.
Okay
Try
then.
not sleeping 2 days in a row, bitch. Even though we have magic powder, so fucking what?
I haven't slept in 4 days in a row before.
You serious?
Yep.
That's dangerous.
It's fucking dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Wait.
That was a long time ago though. No, it's not now. That was a long time ago.
No,
I haven't
was
slept.
that insomnia? Was it just insomnia? You couldn't sleep, or what was that?
Oh
What'd
well, I think I was mentally ill at the time or something.
Okay.
Couldn't sleep for even if I tried.
Fuck. No, I mean I'm purposefully not sleeping. I mean 9 hours a day, dude. Holy fuck. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you just really appreciate the time, the additional time you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait for cybernetic bodies that don't need sleep. That'd be fucking good. Oh yeah, that'd be fucking good. Fuck. Anyway, sorry, Marianne. Go on with the story.
Yes, no problem. It's fine. Let's see. I was saying, well, I first listened to Larkin Rose, and he's pretty good at explaining things, layman's terms, and he has a funny way of telling things. Like, first video I've seen was mass mind control, and he described it through two scenarios about the tribe that believed in the angry volcano god, and to the alien visiting Earth in America. And there's this guy. I was like, "Oh, do you want me to take you to your leader?" and the alien had like no idea of what government was. So that was a really interesting video. And I eventually listened to more, and then eventually I found Dapperton, and then Shane Killian, I think, then Esso, then Hoodie, and then Mike the Cat.
So I'm like the only intellectual who got through fucking books and like podcasts.
Well, I've read books too. Like Rothbard. I've listened to audiobook by Rothbard, and I've read other books too, like not just libertarian ANCAP reading. I read like other things too, just to like as observing the thinkers of communism in the past. Yeah, I started reading Trotsky's biography, and the one of the books that I found when I was like closing down my bookstore business was Democratic Despotism by Raoul E. Desvernin, and he was a Democrat who very much opposed the New Deal, and he it's like he agreed with some libertarian principles, well, such as property rights and the right to arm yourself. But he was also a constitutionalist, so I'm still reading it. It's kind of interesting. And let's see, read a book on mind manipulation stuff like propaganda, how the ninjas did the mind tricks.
Oh, I
Yeah.
read the book I liked, but I don't know if I like it anymore. The Renegade History of the United States. Thaddeus Russell, this guy.
Hmm.
It's I don't know.
Yeah, I
As
got.
a Mizessian, I'm like a little bit skeptical of it now. Like I liked it initially, but then I'm like, I need to revisit it and really look at it, like from a proper like historical method point of view. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I actually like how Thaddeus Russell pays lip service to Mises, but he has never read him. Oh damn it.
Death and silence.
Yes.
I'm replying to Ghost Fox. He was asking me about this book series called the American Girl series, about the differences and struggles in American life from the point of view of a young girl. And he had his own idea for like an American boy story. Same thing, but the struggles are more mature and deal with serious issues, sex responsibility, war, political corruption, and changes. And 3 stories that he's thought about wouldn't take place in America. One would take place in war-torn Europe during World War One. Another in the skies of in the UK and later France, and the other will take place in the South Pacific. So, sounds interesting. Yep, he's definitely a writer, and I'm a writer too. I write little poetry. I write, what else? I blog some.
I'm a writer as well.
Awesome.
I earn by writing code.
Awesome.
No, I mean like writing code doesn't count, but I actually have a blog a little bit. I write some like small posts about like economic like things. I wanted to write a post on natural rights, so yeah, maybe it's coming someday when I have fucking time. Oh yeah, I have to dodge 1 year of slavery. Just saying, in this country, slavery is legal. I mean, draft. So yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go in like an hour to an exam.
Oh, okay.
I don't go fuck. So it's like.
Anyway, I forgot. I should have touched upon this topic sooner. Shoot, but I wanted to say about the respecting your elders thing.
Oh,
yes, I do believe you should respect your elders, but I don't think you should be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just you should not just
worshipping.
You're worshiping them, yeah.
Ass kissing.
That's
yeah, exactly.
with my
Don't blow
parents.
smoke up their ass.
Yeah, that's with my parents, by the way. When they say some bullshit, I'm like, no, I'm not giving them. When my mom said like drugs are evil, I'm like she said like drugs are like literally not like as an adjective, but like as a noun are evil. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, they don't act. How the fuck can they be evil? Like, that makes no sense. It's not murder. Drugs are not murder. What the fuck? I mean, you drink alcohol. What the fuck? You hypocrite. So she's like, oh, don't fucking like stick to the words. And I'm like, no, don't say bullshit. Yo.
Well, if drugs or alcohol, you're just, if anything like that, you're just harming yourself, not anyone else. So I don't see the problem.
Sometimes you're not even harming.
Sorry?
I mean, sometimes you're not even harming. Depends on how you use it.
I know. Yeah, you're not even harming yourself at time. Not even harming yourself. No.
Yeah, like MJ, fucking safe. Like, just come on. Especially like edibles. Like edibles are fucking safe.
Well, you can, if they're gonna go to the level like where they say, well, it's possible to kill yourself with it, that stuff. You can literally ban anything for those reasoning. I'm right here. This flashlight, I could fall on it and I could break my nose or something, and I would be dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, you would need to eat like so much of it to fucking die.
Well, okay, you can kill yourself with water.
Yeah, I mean, people kill themselves with water all the time.
Well, they either drowned in it or they drink it to death. You can actually drink too much water. And
I know. Like, it's called like something overhydration, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, overhydration. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, where they drink so much of it and then they die.
Everything's poison. It depends on the dose.
Yeah, and you can literally apples. You can just literally eat too much apples and you can kill yourself.
Yeah, it's and with MJ, really, it's very safe, very safe. If we're talking like different substances, yeah, it's
you can kill yourself with almost anything. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. And they're like saying, "Oh, we put you to jail for your own good." I'm like, "Why are you putting me to jail if it's for my own good?"
Hypocrisy, because it's not for your own good. That's an excuse. You know why they're doing it.
It's a shift the goalpost, and it's terrible. Even.
Yeah, it's just to control people, to fucking harass them. That's why.
Yeah. I agree. They're just making up excuses and shifting the goalpost.
Well, yeah, because if they make a like true statement, people will not believe in authority. They'll be like, "What the fuck? This is fucked."
Yeah, I'm just like, well, they're only harming themselves. At worst case scenario, they're only harming themselves. At worst case scenario.
Belarusians are like, they have such a hardcore fucking Stockholm syndrome. Like, you can't even, like, they know we live in dictatorship. So I'm like talking to them like, come on, dudes, you know the state shit. They'll be like, no, we need somebody in charge. And I'm like, nigga, what? You're serious? Really?
Well, it's the same thing in my country, like in Canada, where we literally have a leader that's a cuck, but they're like still, oh no, government is still needed, even though it's done worse than any other. Like, it's the worst killer of all time, as Mr. Dapperton pointed out. Like, it's literally, it's the worst. It's just inefficient.
They're thieves. Oh, if you don't know this band,
yeah, he told me about the horrible healthcare plan.
check out Backwards. It's a great band.
Oh yeah, I've heard of their songs. Yeah,
Good.
Brave.
Self-ownership, fucking best
Brave
song.
is awesome.
I think, like, seriously, Self-Ownership is my favorite. It's so good, so good.
Yeah, I have that song on MP3. And I also like.
It's super nice.
I also like their songs on the songs "Statism" and "Utopias Don't Exist."
Yeah.
As soon as I get off the stream, well, actually, I should. Right now, actually, should I report Maoist Rebel News for slander? I think I should.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I haven't done it yet. Shit. Where is their fucking video?
Anyway, guys, if you feel like Twitter is cancer one day, libertarianism.club is your place. I'm waiting for you guys. Always welcome.
Maybe I'll lurk there at some point. That's what I do at first when I go on new websites. I lurk before I decide to make up my mind on joining.
But really, like, the reason I decided to go back to Twitter is because it has a different dynamic. Like, Twitter is more like argumentative. Like, you just throw shit with people, you just go into brawls and fucking bar fights and shit like that. It's like, that's how it feels. Like Fediverse feels very calm. Sometimes you have arguments, but like, really, since again you can write like long posts, it's not really retarded as in like Twitter style.
I found a funny thing that
there's a shit ton of fucking commies.
I found something funny. I'll screen share, I guess. I think you guys probably have already seen it, but you know what? I didn't. Look. Do you see
Oh,
that?
yeah, that's a good meme. Good.
When you're the only communist kid in the class, and the teacher brings up democide.
Yeah. It should say statist kid, a communist.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So too much of a.
It's beautiful.
It's offensive to Christians.
Yeah, Christians have better arguments. Oh please, they know how to twist and tie an argument perfectly. Like if I had to compare how like if you were to Christians are still bad, don't get me wrong, but they know how to argue way better than commies, but commies they know how to argue way more better than SJWs. So like
some Christians
SJWs are probably the worst. Sorry, go on.
Some Christians are good. I would say, like Tom Woods is pretty fucking good.
Depends on the person, I guess, but still, it's.
I mean, not in like character traits. I mean, like in the way he argues for Christianity. That one's good with Rothbard. It's like I don't always hate the state. Kidding. I always hate the state. I actually tell people to not fucking go to college in like states. What the fuck? Like you don't even have a draft. What the fuck are you going to college, nigga? Like people here go to just dodge draft, like literally, and get a paper, really, because like state subsidizes that. Like you can go for free, like no loans or nothing, just whatever. Also, use the Windows like a pleb. Install a real operating system, you fucking pleb. Free yourself from CIA anal probes. I mean, like literally, like fucking Windows is just infested with NSA nigger shit. Like NSA, CIA nigger shit. Like just glows in the dark, man. CIA niggers glow in the dark. You can see them when you're driving. You just round them over. If you don't know this meme, like just off yourself, like right the fucks now, like just do it. Like Esso knows it, so he's a nigga. He's in the know, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Libertarian Party. Like, oh my god. You guys I really think this new generation of like YouTube Ancaps, they should like interact more with the old generation of like people from Mises Institute. Like, come on, like it's beneficial. It will not hurt. They want actually to interact. Like they want to. Like they will give you advice. Like what the fuck? Like you just like, hey dude, what this and that. Like you can ask like economic questions, and they will provide corrections. So yeah, they have no problem with that. They'll give you like materials to like present your case better if you want. Like they're all for it, and I really think that there should be this connection.
Cool.
And also, libertarians should just more like listen more to Jeff Deist and care less about like political process and like all this stupidity. Well, fucking like this moronic tribalism. It's like, yo, come on.
Yeah.
State like makes like blacks versus whites, women versus men, poor versus rich. When it's really a state against everybody else. State its cronies against everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to end the stream now or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I want to check out Esso's video.
I'm getting rambling. I'm gonna go soon. So.
Rambling.
Okay, well, thank you.
So, let me plug in real quick, just for last time.
Right.
blog.libertarianism.club and just libertarianism.club. I also have a Telegram channel. It's not that active because nobody's fucking there. But if you join, guys, maybe I'll show some more effort. It's at what the fuck is it called? Goddammit. Notes from Ancapistani EN as for English. Notes from Ancapistani EN.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to say closing. Well, thank you, DT Luna, for coming. It was very interesting and to have you on, and I hope you come back sometime.
Thanks for inviting. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you to all who showed up. So even though your connection was crappy, thanks for coming and saying hi. Thanks to Darth Knox, Chris, Ghost Fox, Circuit Conservatarian, Voluntary Consumer, even though it wasn't all that intellectual this time. It's just more like LOL's feminism. Who else? Pipsqueak, always good to have you on. Who else showed? That it? Oh, yeah, Revan, of course. Yeah, so.
Don't forget about me.
Yep, can't forget about you. Oh, Tom McKay.
Yeah, I need to subscribe to all of you on Twitter. So yeah.
Yeah. So, good night, everyone. Thanks for coming. Good night.
Bye bye.
Let's end the stream. Darth Revan, you want to say anything to close off?
I'm Darth Revan. Follow. Yeah, you can either subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. I don't really use my Twitter account that often, but whatever. Just do what you wish.
Okay. Well, good night.